Running through the end zone, touchdown.
Ball, the fan.
Runs out of the tackle, down the right sideline, cuts inside at the 5, in for the touchdown!
1019 FM WFAN. WFAN FM. WFAN FM HD1 New York. An Odyssey sports station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Yo, how we doing? If you ask how I'm doing, I'm still physically ill because I spent a few hours at Madison Square Garden last night. That didn't work out well. But congratulations to the New York Knicks as they spank the Brooklyn Nets.
Get right game.
Get right game indeed. And then on my way home, I got the news. And I want to start off before we break down the news by apologizing because it bothers me sometimes when people, and it's a compliment, they're like, oh, Evan, you're the voice of Met fans. I am not the voice of Met fans. I am a voice that happens to be a Met fan. And there are days that are tougher than others because there are days in which I have to be honest with you, I have to be truthful to you, and you may not like what I'm going to say. So Tommy Lugauer did a great job. He's pumped up about the Freddy Peralta trade. Al Cintron did a great job. He's pumped up about the Freddy Peralta trade. You just heard Boomer and Gio. They're pumped up. They love the Freddy Peralta trade. And I want to make this very clear, Tiki, before you yell at me or Met fans are mad at me. I don't hate it, okay? I'm not miserable. I'm not screaming and yelling. I'm just being honest that I didn't celebrate last night. I'm worried about this trade. I'm worried on a few levels. A, David Stearns has shown us that he's not signing Freddy Peralta to a long-term deal.
Right, especially in his soon-to-be year 30 season.
Yes. He's not going to do it. He hasn't done it yet. So I am under the impression, until proven otherwise, that Freddy Peralta is a rental. Giving up
1 year rental.
a 1 year rental. And I like Tobias Myers, but more on that later, I guess. To give up two top 100 prospects in Jet Williams and Brandon Sproat for a rental for a team that I think has a chance to be good, I guess, I don't love it. And so here's where I'm mixed, Met fans. Are the Mets a better team? Because I could totally see people calling up saying, come on, Evan, are they better? Yes, they're better. Freddy Peralta makes them better.
Yes.
Freddy Peralta.
Their rotation all of a sudden feels good.
No doubt. They have an improved rotation, and all we screamed about was improving the rotation. I get that. In the short term, they're better. But last night and even this morning, as I've had hours to marinate on it, I'm not celebrating, I'm not partying, I'm worried. I'm worried because I think it's a rental, and I think they gave up an awful lot for someone who is a rental. So Tiki Barber as the IBO, Sean as the guy who may disagree with me, Met fans, 888-808-1019, I get it. I'll take my arrows. I'm not trying to be a bad guy. You know how much I love this team.
Right.
You know how much I care. I'm just being honest. I'm not celebrating today. I'm not beating my chest. I'm not apologizing to David Stearns. I'm not doing all that other crap because I'm being real that those are legitimate fears that I have about this trade.
And they are legitimate fears. As I thought about this after it came down and all the, the joy and exaltation that came from the Met fans, I was trying to think of what this actually means from a Met perspective. Like, what is David Stearns and Steve Cohen trying to do? And the only thing I could come up with, because you have some guys that are going to be here you have at least one guy who's going to be here for a long time, Juan Soto. Lindor is going to be here for a long time as well. So you have these two base pieces offensively that you can really count on and believe in. And I guess you have a rotation arm as well because Nolan McLean is still young. He's got arbitrary. He's going to be here for a while. And this offseason has been all about really good acquisitions. Luke Weaver, Devin Williams. But these are like short-term deals.
Yes.
2-year deals.
Yes. They're a very short-term team right now. Yeah.
Even Marcus Semien, it's 2 years basically, or actually it's 3.
It's 3, but still.
It's still short-term.
Yeah.
And then you go and you acquire Bo Bichette. Man, this is awesome. So awesome that you have a press conference for him. It's a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
And then you go get Freddy Peralta, and it's a 1-year deal because he's a free agent afterwards, and we know, as you just mentioned, that they're not paying him long-term. So what are they actually doing? So the narrative around Steve Cohen has been, he's only concerned about the casino. He doesn't want to.
That's not fair.
It's not fair, but this is what people are saying.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of stupid when you think about it.
Of
He's a
course it
businessman. He's gonna weigh, pros and cons of everything. It's what he does for a living. And so while there may be truth that he cares a lot about the casino, I think he cares a lot about this team. And so knowing that he has a short-term minded general manager, president of baseball operations, David Stearns, it's almost like they're just doing it year to year. They're saying, how do we make the best team for 2026?
Right.
And then as soon as this season's over, no matter what happens, even if they win a World Series, they're not signing Freddy Peralta to an 8-year deal. Next year, they're going to say, how do we make the best team for 2027? And it's a crappy way for the fan to live, but it actually might fit what Steve Cohen wants to do business-wise.
Yeah, it may, and certainly that's been my impression over the last few weeks in trying to define what the Met plan is. They want short-term deals, and I'm okay with that when it comes to signing a free agent like Bo Bichette. I'm okay with that when it comes to signing a free agent like Jorge Polanco. Mm-hmm. And again, I feel like I owe people an apology for saying this. I'm not a prospect hugger, but dude, they just gave up 2 top 100 prospects for a guy that's going to walk out at the end of the year. And what I'd ask my fellow Met fan is, what's good enough? Assuming I'm right, and the track record tells me I'm right, because David Stearns has not offered long-term deals to anybody, not named Juan Soto and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Assuming I'm right, and David doesn't take an about face on his approach to pitchers and free agency, don't they have to win the World Series then? Don't they have to get to a World Series? And I say get to a World Series before you mock me, Sean, because when I think back to the Mike Hampton trade, which is very similar, Brenting, even though I thought they tried to keep him, but you can't compete with the Colorado school districts, I look back on it and say, you know what? We got to the World Series. He was the NLCS MVP. Fine. So maybe my bar is lower because I'm a loser Met fan. Get to the World Series and I'm good. Yoenis Cespedes was a rental. We got to the World Series. It was good. But if this is a rental the way I think it is and the way the evidence tells us it is, then they got to get to the World Series. They've got to beat the LA Dodgers. Right. They got to beat the Philadelphia Phillies. And I don't think they're as good as those teams.
Well, let me ask you from a day-to-day Met fan perspective.
Yes.
Does what they've done this offseason, now they moved on from the core, and Edwin Diaz and everybody, we all know the names. And now that they've put this team together, the Lukes, Devin Williams, Bo Bichette, Polanco, etc., and obviously now Freddy Peralta, does it make you more likely to want to go to a game?
Well, you're asking the wrong guy. I go no matter what.
I know you do because you have season tickets. But I'm talking from the general Met fan perspective. Do you look at this team and say, oh, they're going to be good. I want to go to a game on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or, you know what? I don't have anything to do this weekend. I'm going to go on Saturday. Does that incentivize you?
I think
or is it more like, I feel like the Met fan wants ownership of their fandom with their team. Like, I know Pete Alonso.
Right.
I can't wait for that guy to come up the bat in a game that I tend to get, and he's going to smash one 420 feet. Or I hope this thing is tight because Edwin Diaz is coming in, and I know Edwin Diaz. He's my guy. I got him here for a long time.
Now we're trusting Devin Williams.
I know, and so now it's like, I don't really know what I expect from Devin Williams. I don't really know what to expect from Jorge Polanco. I don't know what to expect from Bo Bichette. Like, we know who they are, but you don't know them as Mets. Yeah, so does it make you more likely to go to a game or not?
I think everybody's different in that regard. Like, I think there are going to be some, and I want to make this clear. I am not bemoaning the loss of Pete Alonso and Edwin Diaz in this conversation right now.
I'm not either. I'm just bringing them up because
you
knew what you were getting.
Totally get it. This is such a different team. And it's a different team with guys who are probably not going to be here for the rest of their careers. It's a different team for now. I think that there's probably a lot of mixed opinions on that. I think there are going to be some Met fans who are buying their tickets right now because they feel the team is better. And they may be better. I mean, maybe they are a better team. They better be a better team than they were last year based on the results. I'm just worried that they gave up a lot for someone who's probably only going to be here for a few months. And that only works if you win.
Yeah, that evaluation.
That's my overall worry because it's been 12 hours since the trade went down, and this was my reaction last night. And I thought with a good night's sleep, I'd wake up, I'd be pumped up, we're going to kick ass, we're going to win the pennant, and I'll get there. Like, I promise you, I'll get there at some point as a Met fan because I want to win and ultimately go win a championship. I'd love to be wrong about everything, but I'm sitting here like, I'm very, mixed about this. Because they just gave up 2 top 100 prospects for a guy who's not an ace but is close to an ace. And we'll get into more the details of Freddy Peralta, the good, the bad, and all that. And they did it for until proven otherwise. And that's a fact. I don't think anyone could argue with me about this. Until proven otherwise, he's a rental based on the track record of David Stearns.
Right. How long was Javi Baez here?
He was here for a few months. That's a great comp.
Yeah.
No, it's a great comp because that was a rental. That was a rental. And you know what Met fans sort of forget? Baez was good.
Yeah.
He did his job.
Right. And Peralta will be good.
Well, I assume so.
Well, let's say he is.
I feel like he will be, yes. And how do we view the Javi Baez trade? They didn't re-sign him. Not that we wanted them to. Not that it would have worked out. Strong.
Right.
And, yeah, we don't feel good about it. Now, if the Mets would have made the playoffs and gone on a run, even if Baez had left at the end of the year, there would have been a different vibe to it.
Right.
Now, I admit this. If you break the glass at some point today, Sean, and the glass breaks and it's 6 years, $180 million for Freddy Peralta,
that's a different story.
I feel very different.
Right.
But my concern is, and I don't think enough Met fans are talking about it. They're just so excited. Like, David Stein, masterclass. He's a genius. This is great. You're all idiots. See, he's great. I'm concerned about the future. I'm concerned about what they gave up for a really good pitcher who's probably only going to be here based on David Stearns' track record for the last 5 months. And again, as I say it, I feel bad because I feel like I'm buzz-killing Met fans. I feel like there are Met fans in the car saying, shut up, you just want to hate. I don't just want to hate. I like the Luis Robert Jr. trade. I feel like the risk level wasn't that high.
Right.
I like certain things that they do. This just concerns me. And I felt this way all offseason about the idea of trading for Freddy Peralta, that this was my feeling. My feeling was going to be great. We traded for a guy who's really good. He'll be gone in a year. And that's my feeling on this really, really cold January morning.
Yeah, I don't see a long-term deal happening with the Mets because he has earned the right to go into free agency. You said this about, who do we say this about?
Juan Soto.
We said it about Juan Soto.
Well, he's not Juan Soto.
He's not Juan Soto, but he's pitched for, this is his 9th year in the league. And he had a fantastic year a year ago. His sub-3 ERA. He was one of the best pitchers in baseball. And so, and he has been pretty good leading up to that. He wants to be a free agent.
Probably.
And so, barring any injury concern, which let's assume there isn't one, why would he sign a long-term deal instead of waiting to get to free agency?
I think you are like 80% right when it comes to things like this. The reason I would think it's still small but possible that he would extend is he's not represented by Scott Boras. He's not going to be the best free agent starting pitcher next year because Tarek Skubal is.
Right.
And with the uncertainty of the lockout, it's very possible Freddie says, you know what, I'd want to be here. Let me get my bag. There's a reason he's only making $8 million this season because he signed a contract early in his career. So he's already shown you that maybe there's a willingness. So I wouldn't think it's likely, but I wouldn't rule it out completely the way I did with guys like Juan Soto and Tarek Skubal. And it would change my view on this. But for now, what I'm digesting today is this is a rental. That is my acceptance as a Met fan. And what every Met fan has to answer to themselves, or if they talk to us today at 888-808-1019, is what's good enough to make a rental worth it?
Yeah.
Do they have to win a championship? Do they have to get to the World Series? I remember talking about this with Juan Soto with you guys.
Yes.
They got to win it all, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's interesting. I'm looking at his deal. He signed it in February of 2020.
Yeah.
He hadn't had, his first 2 seasons were okay.
That's why he's only making $8 million.
5 years, $15 million. That was the contract.
Yeah.
And obviously there were some other things that happened. He signed exercise an $8 million option. That's what this is now. So like he signed a deal for what he has become that is peanuts.
Oh, completely.
Right. And so when he was good on the come up on this 26, 7, 8 years, he's making nothing.
Yeah.
So if I'm him, I need to get paid. I really do. I mean, he's done well, obviously, relatively speaking to the average American, but relative to the average good starting top 10 pitcher, he's making peanuts, dude.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
But regardless, at the end of the offseason, even if the Mets weren't the team to trade for Peralta, they would probably still be a team interested in a Peralta after this. Now, you're going to say, well, based on that, because David Stearns' track record, you're right, has been, let's not give pitchers long-term deals. We've now arrived at the point in David Stearns' Mets tenure where that's the next step to start changing your philosophy a little bit, too. You've taken care of the lineup long-term with Juan Soto. You made the moves you've made this offseason.
I believe it.
Okay, and I agree, and we have to operate that. But even if not, Evan, you have now graduated in the Mets realm of Steve Cohen of knowing every single offseason you were going to be active in spending money. It was Juan Soto last year, and for better or for worse, it took us a while to get here. They were active enough this offseason in building a team. So if you're worried about the prospects you gave up, you didn't wipe the farm system clean, and this is an operation where you keep it humming. You lose him, you acquire somebody next year, and you want to be competitive. And the last thing you want to do right now with Francisco Lindor and Juan Soto, and I know they're not getting ancient, is just, and you're not going to like this word, punt years away. You want to leave no stone unturned and make sure every year those guys are under contract. You were the best suitable World Series contender you could be, and you needed a guy like Peralta.
It's what I said at the beginning. It's his year. How do I make the best Mets team for 2026? Obviously, Lindor and Soto are here for the long haul. How do I make the best 2027 team? And it seems like it might be that way for a decade. Now, maybe you break through and you win a World Series. It's not going to be sustainable and be repeatable like the LA Dodgers, who constantly are going to be, at least in the postseason and deep into it, and possibly winning a World Series. But at least you're giving yourself a chance without doing what the Dodgers are doing.
And what did Evan say about Kyle Tucker, about Bellinger, and about Bichette? There was a common theme. Have you looked at the next couple years free agent classes with hitters? So I say that to say, if the plan isn't to sign any pitcher long term, where the hell is Steve Cohen spend the money the next couple off seasons anyway?
Well, I would.
True.
See, keep this in mind, Sean.
You could trade.
I would spend money on certain starting pitchers, and I would break the David Stearns rule that he hasn't broken.
Yeah, but
he hasn't done it
But
yet.
you're not David Stearns.
Well, that's my point back to Sean.
Right.
Like, I'm not arguing with you. Like, yes, there are. That's why I said, would I sign Freddy Peralta tomorrow to a 6-year contract extension? I would. And I'll also admit, I'll raise my hand when I'm wrong, I would have signed Corbin Burns a year ago, and that wouldn't have worked out.
Right.
But I haven't seen this team president do that.
We also haven't seen this team president trade top prospects for a pitcher that they can sign yet either.
I understand. I totally get that. But until proven otherwise, I think Tiki said it best, I'm not going to believe he's going to do it. So my view today on this trade, and I promise you, at some point I'll get pumped up about the team because the Mets have vastly improved their rotation. I mean,
100%.
Freddy Peralta may not be perfect, and he may not be Tarek Skubal. He is a huge upgrade and a huge piece of certainty that this rotation needed.
Right.
So from that aspect, I love it, but I'm also viewing it as a rental. And I also understand, and that's why it's important to hear from the Met fans who think I'm an idiot right now. And so I want to start off with someone who feels that way, Sean in Yonkers. Sean, tell me why I'm wrong.
What up, Sean?
Well, look, I don't think you're an idiot, Evan. I actually like it. But, no, dude, look, if you think that the Mets don't want to compete with the Dodgers now, you're crazy. I mean, isn't that what we need to do is slay the big bad dragon in the NL? I mean, that's what we're going for. We can't complain about it because if we didn't trade for Peralta, then what's going to happen? That's going to be, Stearns is cheap. Cohen's not spending. He's not traded. Now we have a good top-end starting pitching staff. I would like to add one more, but, I mean, don't forget, too, we got Tobias Myers. That's a big key in the trade as well.
Right.
You know,
both.
And look, holding on to prospects, it's just, look, we could bring up the PCA trade, but there's also the Jarrett Kelenic trade, which worked out well for the Mets.
Right.
You know?
You're right. And
I'm happy about this trade.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Sean.
I also have to admit, we are sentimental people. And I think a part of why Met fans have had a tough offseason was the sentimentality of losing Pete Alonso. There was another small aspect of sentimentality that hit me last night.
What's that?
So I'm sitting in Madison Square Garden watching the New York Knicks do unspeakable things that are illegal in half of the states in this country to the Brooklyn Nets. And I'm doing it with my young 5-year-old Spence, who's wide-eyed. The Nets are up 6-4. He has optimism. And then he has to watch the Knicks bludgeon us for the second time. I then have to
How late did you stay?
I had to beg him to leave, Teak. He did not want to leave.
So you didn't see the 31-6. What was the fourth quarter?
No, I did not see the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Nobody but the Knicks saw that fourth quarter.
Exactly.
I was trying to get the hell out of there. So that was tough enough as a dad. I felt like a terrible dad. Like, here I brought my youngest son to 2 Knicks-Nets games at Madison Square Garden
Why?
to see them lose by a combined
You know why? Because your brain lies to you. And your brain lies to us. The Nets are going to beat the Knicks.
I know.
And Mike Brown's going to get fired. My brain is telling me this.
I'm an idiot. But I think what made it worse is when I got home, I then had to come up with an explanation to my oldest son, whose name is Jet, and was really excited about Jet Williams, why Jet Williams is no longer a Met prospect.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I'm not going to lie, that was not a fun conversation. And what I had
Did he take it okay?
He did, because I lied to him.
What did you say?
I said Freddy Peralta is the best pitcher in baseball. I said we went, which he's not.
But you won't be rooting for him when you hit your impressionable years.
Yeah, right. He'll be on another team.
He'll be somewhere else.
He'll be with the Yankees next year. But no, I sold it to him as, look, the Mets traded Jet Williams, but the good news is we got one of the best pitchers in baseball, which softened the blow. But I saw the disappointment in his eyes. So in the last 5 hours, I had to tell my 5-year-old the Brooklyn Nets are on a real NBA team. We're leaving the Garden, and he says, Dad, why we trade our best player to the Knicks again? And I said, son, what a question. And it was in an elevator, so everyone started laughing. They were all having a good time. And then a few hours later, I got to tell, hey, Jet, sorry, Jet's gone.
So did he say why or why don't we? Because they could use Michael Porter.
No. Yeah, he watched Michael Porter Jr. last night. It wasn't exactly something to behold.
That's true.
We'll get to your calls next. How are we feeling right now, Met fans? I know most of you are excited. I respect the hell out of it. I'm always going to be real. There is some nervousness about the trade they made last night. Plus, what does the painting look like now? We talked about it yesterday, that David Stearns had paint at the beginning of the offseason. Well, the offseason's pretty much done. Do we think it's a Picasso now? 888-808-1019. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
I am always on the go, working non-stop year-round, especially during football season. The one thing I value most is feeling safe and knowing, more importantly, that my family is safe when I'm not with them. That's why I turn to our partners at Slomin's, who recently installed the Slomin Shield Link system into my home, and it is a game changer for us as a family, combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage all from my phone. One of the things that I've enjoyed most is that I can do so many things remotely that I, kind of would make me feel comfortable. For instance, someone rings my doorbell and I don't know who it is. I can talk to them through my camera if I'm not home, or I can just unlock the door if it's a delivery man. One of the great things about this Slomin Shield Link system is that their technicians will customize it to perfectly fit your exact needs. I wanted music to play all throughout my house because we entertain for various different things. They set it up and it is amazing. Also controllable right from my phone. You can experience the future of home security and automation with the Slomin Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Kalshi. Trade on anything. The conference championships are this weekend, and now you can trade on football legally nationwide on Kalshi. Right now, LA is trading at 42% to beat Seattle. A $100 trade pays out $228. Use code FAN to get $20 when you trade $100. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Hey, healthcare workers of New York, are you looking to make a difference? Downtown Brooklyn Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is actively hiring nurses and CNAs. Call 718-636-1000. That's 718-636-1000.
The Nets entertain the Celtics. 9 o'clock tomorrow night. The home of Brooklyn Nets basketball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone with BetMGM's second chance promotion. You'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first TD score wager with confidence today. BetMGM, make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only, New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Be there at Barclays Center on February 15th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorrento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Now what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into a paper airplane headed to see you never, AT&T and T-Mobile? Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So just bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics Root Score Report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
This is Tiki Barber. You definitely don't want your heating system to fail this winter. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts. Have them check your heating system before it breaks. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They can fix anything. Go now to EdisonHVAC.com.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Your best year starts with a savings. Don't miss the January Jumpstart event at Nielsen Dodge.
That's right, Chels. We're ready to start your new year with low lease payments to get you driving.
Lease a new 2026 Dodge Durango GT Plus all-wheel drive Hemi V8, just $299 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Ram 1500 Tradesman Crew Cab 4x4, just $359 a month. Or choose from hundreds of quality certified pre-owned vehicles.
With zero down payment and the credit help you deserve.
Come see all the great savings we've lined up so you can start your new year driving happy and hassle-free. Let the fun begin.
On Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com. A proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
Start something new sales event. With approval term Durango 36, Ram 42 months due at sign, Durango 55.99, Ram 59.54 at tax tag $498 dock and DMV fees.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a Profit Boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple Profit Boost waiting for you in the app. More boost means more ways to level up your playoff bets, pick the matchups you believe in, take a shot on an upset, or even build a parlay that fits the moment. Maybe you'll build a parlay taking all the lead running backs to score an anytime touchdown. Then apply your Profit Boost and go after an even bigger payout while the playoffs keep on rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/New York and grab your Profit Boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Now, we all love the app around here. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel is the official sportsbook partner of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issues now withdrawable Profit Boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy and your car
CBS playoff game.
I did ask the Met fans this morning on X or Twitter or whatever the hell you call it, are you now happy with this Met offseason? Obviously, there was a lot of negativity early on from me and many others with the midweek massacre, as we now call it, the loss of Edwin Diaz and Pete Alonso within 24 hours of each other. So I simply asked, are you now happy with the Mets offseason? 53%, the majority, say, yes, I love it.
That's not a That's not a great majority.
Well, here's why it's still good. 53% said, yes, I love it. 40% say, it's been okay. Only 7% say, quote, no, I hate it.
Yeah. Well,
which is the Joe B category.
You can't hate it.
Oh, yeah, you can.
How? I mean, you've gotten better, but the problem is it's not sustainable. It's not long term.
Right.
It's not, the Dodgers signing a guy for 8 years. It feels like it's just for right now. And so you'll feel good right now, but if God forbid Freddy Peralta gets hurt.
Oh, here we go.
Then your
guys made 30-plus starts 3 years in a row, and here's Tiki telling me.
Let's just say it. This is why I understand that bottom, that person who could say, I hate it.
Right.
Because if one of these guys that's here for a year or two gets hurt, what was the point?
Yeah, it's a colossal waste.
What was the absolute point?
Absolutely.
So I can get it, but I would say satisfied because you're winning. You're going to win with the better improved roster. You just don't know how long you're going to have it.
So this is a Picasso, in your opinion. It's a temporary Picasso, it's a Picasso.
No, it's a watercolor Picasso.
Watercolor.
I mean, as soon as it gets a little bit wet, it's ruined. Ruined.
All right, let's get to your phone calls, 888-808-1019. Plus, with the Freddy Peralta trade and with Cody Bellinger re-signing yesterday, we have almost reached the conclusion of MLB free agency bingo, a game we played back in November where we guessed all the free agent destinations and even the trade destinations of certain players like Freddy Peralta. So we may have our final results. We'll get to that coming up at about 11 o'clock. Let's go to Pete in New Providence. Good morning, Pete.
Hey, guys, how you doing? You do a great job, first of all.
Thank you.
Evan, you are 100% right about this trade. But here's the deal. I think it was motivated. They came off their philosophy because they felt the pressure of the media and talk shows like you guys. What do you think?
I don't buy it. You know why I don't buy it? Because they've been consistent. Like, they never wanted Pete Alonso, right? Or they didn't want him on a long-term contract. That didn't change. They didn't offer a long-term contract to someone else. That didn't change.
Right.
So when I hear people say that, oh, this was a panic move or they responded to criticisms, they are actually pretty consistent with their actions of the moves they've made recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they haven't done anything that's that different. I think if they would have signed Bo Bichette to an 8-year contract, I would have said, oh, man, boy, they must have panicked. But they stayed to their principles. And because of that, I don't buy that. It's a nice narrative,
Right.
but I don't believe that.
No, I don't think that's it. I think they did exactly what they wanted to do. And when they crashed out on the Kyle Tucker sweepstakes, they pivoted right away. So clearly there was a plan in place. It wasn't accidental that Bo Bichette signed, what was it, not even a day.
And you
later.
know what Bo Bichette said yesterday at his press conference? That the Mets had
No,
been
I didn't hear it because, we was distracted by the Cody Bellinger re-signing to the Yankees. What did he say? Inform us.
Well, there's a lot of things that he said, one of which was he confirmed the Mets had been in contact with him since the beginning of the offseason.
Yeah.
Now, how are they in contact with him? Yeah, on the same idea. If you ever are good with a short-term deal, we'll be here waiting.
Right.
That's how they were probably
We'll make you really rich in a short-term period, but it's going to be short-term.
My favorite part of the press conference was John Heyman said, hey, Bo, you basically signed a one-year deal, based on the contract that you signed. Do you look at it as a one-year deal?
Yeah.
And Bo had his agent answer the question and basically talked agencies for like 15 minutes before saying nothing, which is confirming, yeah, it's a one-year deal.
Right.
But I don't think Bo wanted to say that because in his press conference, he talked about how he came here to win and he loves New York and the fans are awesome and all that may be true, even though it's not true. So it doesn't coincide with, yeah, I just signed a one-year deal.
Right.
Let's go to Jim in Eatontown. Hey, Jim.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you.
All right, so I agreed with you, on the surface, right when that trade happened. I was like, damn, that's a lot to give up. But then I really thought about it, and it makes sense. I mean, Jet Williams is taking two positions, second and center field, and he has a roadblock at second. You got Simeon for a couple of years. You got Beatty. Mauricio can play the position. He still has options. And they got this guy, A.J. Ewing, down that they seem to like more than him.
Mm-hmm.
So when you take that into account, are you really losing anybody? Even if he turns out to be good, if you like guys more than him and he becomes a roadblock for them, even if it is a rental, I don't see it being a bad thing.
Where I disagree about the roadblock is twofold. Number one, Marcus Simeon is not getting any younger. So it is possible, and I hope it's not the case, that Marcus Simeon at his age breaks down or doesn't play well, and even though he signed for 3 more years, Marcus Semien isn't the guy who's playing second base 160 times. So that's number one. The roadblock at second base, before you get to other prospects they like more, is a guy who's an aging player. Number 2, Luis Robert Jr. I love the deal. I love the risk or the low risk that they made in bringing him in. But if Luis Robert Jr. is hitting 177 on June 1st.
Something he's never done.
That's not true. Last year, that's what he was doing on June 1st.
Oh, yeah, June 1st. I'm talking about for the year.
I didn't say the year.
Okay.
On June, well, he was in Chicago where they were looking to trade his ass.
Right.
If he's hitting in fact, I'll give you the exact freaking numbers. I'll tell you exactly what he was hitting on June 1st. And then you know what you do? You tell me how the Mets should handle it. That's what I'll ask you. Because it all goes back to Jet Williams having a roadblock. So in 2025.
Well, go ahead. Keep going.
Let's play the game. Is May 1st okay? You want to go with May 1st?
Let's go May 1st.
On May 1st, Luis Robert Jr. was hitting 170. Those are real numbers. On June 1st, he was hitting 180.
Also, he must have turned it on. He must have been on fire.
He did. No, and that's the intrigue of Robert Jr. is that he started to play better in this final month of the year before he got hurt. Like, absolutely. It's really a positive, but I'm just walking you through Jet Williams being blocked. If he's putting up those numbers on May 1st, is Luis Robert Jr. the everyday center fielder? Or does he lose his job?
Who's he losing his job to?
Jet Williams. This is the point of the conversation.
You're talking now.
Well, no, he said he's got a roadblock, and I'm saying how big is the roadblock when I don't think Luis Robert Jr., despite the money he's making, is guaranteed the job this entire season. He's got to perform.
Yeah.
If he doesn't perform, he's not going to be the center fielder on June 1st. Again, I'll ask you the question. If he's hitting 170 on June 1st.
I think the challenge and the roadblock is that Jet is going to need would have needed time to get up to speed playing in Major League Baseball.
Well, he would have been in the minor leagues performing at a high level. I'm just answering our last caller, who it's a valid point. He's got a roadblock, Evan, and I'm explaining I don't think Luis Robert Jr. is necessarily a roadblock.
Tyrone Taylor's not the roadblock behind Luis Robert Jr. Like there isn't one.
And
you're right. There isn't one if he's playing terrible.
Well, and that's my only point.
Right.
Like I like the move,
but what will you do?
I just told you.
I mean, but if he's playing bad,
he loses his job. What do you mean? What do I do? Well, you guaranteed the job for this entire for your life because you're making $20 million. You think the Mets are going to operate that way with him?
Well, what are you not going to DFA him? What are you doing?
He's not going to be the everyday player. What happened with Cedric Mullins? They traded for him.
Yeah,
he was the center fielder, and then he was so bad. What'd they do for the final few weeks of the year? They didn't play him.
You didn't see him.
Well, and that's my only point. And again, Met fans, I'm not being negative because I think Robert Jr. is a real good candidate to bounce back and have a big year. I'm just walking you through this false narrative of there's a roadblock. Like, if Jet Williams would have performed and there was underperformance at the major league level, there wouldn't have been a roadblock.
Right.
So I get why people are trying to explain it away because the Mets do have a deep farm system. They have 8 top 100 prospects. Now they have 6. Mm-hmm. Still a very good number. But I just want to go through this roadblock thing because I just don't agree with it. And I think I just proved it.
Yeah. The crazy thing is Sproat was the guy.
Yeah.
For so many months.
Yeah.
Maybe even years, people talking about him. And then Nolan McClain comes up and performs, and he becomes expendable.
Not only that, not only does Nolan McClain superly pass him by, Jonah Tong did too.
Right.
Because the Mets have been asked about Jonah Tong from every team. Mm-hmm. And to their credit, to show you that this wasn't we're building him up to trade him kind of thing, they didn't trade him. They refused to trade Jonah Tong. Now, we'll find out if that was the right decision or not. Because I think the story about PCA is that the Cubs wanted Matthew Allen. And the Mets said no. And the Cubs said, we really want Matthew Allen.
Right.
And the Mets said no.
Well,
and then the Mets
never
are like,
really know.
I know. And then the Mets said,
really know.
Take PCA. And the Cubs are like, I guess we'll do it. Matthew Allen, I feel bad, had like 18 Tommy John surgeries.
Yeah.
He's trying to resurrect his career, but hasn't made it. And Pete Crow Armstrong was an MVP candidate. So sometimes you just don't know. I always like to bring up this example. Rafael Montero was the big prospect. Jacob deGrom wasn't.
Yep.
And, well, we know what happened. Let's go to Anthony in Mineola. What's up, Anthony?
Good morning, gentlemen.
What's up?
Good morning.
What's up, man? So I'm going to go the other side. I'm going to give Stearns his flowers, per se. All I heard was people complain that, what is he doing, this, that, and the other. He lost out on Tucker, right?
Mm-hmm.
He, in 15 hours, went and got one of the best second basemen in the game, then got a top 5 pitcher in the National League last night, and a center fielder that could who knows? Could be the second coming of Cespedes. We don't know. I think Mets fans have to take a step back, have to let this man do what he has to do. We got to stop being negative.
Well, hold on. I'm not being negative. And look, they made 3 moves in a short period of time, and I believe I've offered a very different opinion on all 3. I thought Bo Bichette, I jumped up in the air when Sean broke the news.
Mm-hmm.
That was my pivot before they even made the move. So
you were just excited because you predicted it.
Well, it wasn't. I didn't predict it. It's what I wanted. There's a big difference.
Huh?
And of course, I'm going to be.
If you want it, and then it happens, didn't you predict it? You literally said it an hour before it happened.
That's a great question. All I know is I wanted the move. I like the move.
Yeah, of course.
I love the move, even on a short-term deal.
Yeah.
So let's put that away. Evan loves Bo Bichette. Luis Robert Jr., as I've explained, and I've been a fan of trading for him for 2 years now, I think it's worth the risk. I'm not enamored by Luis Angel Acuna. I don't think he's going to be a superstar. Remember, me and Tommy had that big argument about it. So, again, really like the move, right? So, 2. I'm good. Me and David Stearns, kumbaya, life is good. The trade last night is different. And I'm offering you not hate for the trade because he's a major upgrade to the rotation. I'm offering my hesitation on the trade.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not dancing in the streets. And I respect that Lukey did last night. He's going to dance in the streets no matter what the Mets do. They could fart in the middle of the road. He's going to say it's great. But Al Cintron loved it. Boomer Gio loved it. Good Met fans. I get it. I'm just telling you my hesitation about it. So don't make it broad about everyone's hating on David Stearns. I'm not hating on David Stearns. I'm expressing my concerns about this particular move. The other 2 moves from earlier in the week, I really liked. I saw my man boobs flopping when I jumped after the Bo Bichette signing.
But even if Bo Bichette's a 1-year deal, shouldn't you again want to be all in for this year? Shouldn't you?
So I think the answer is yes. But what does that mean? What else are you doing right now to be all in for 2026?
And I guess the better question would be, Evan, forget winning a World Series. You've brought up making a World Series.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What is a better chance to happen in this one year with Bo Bichette, trading Sproat and trading Jet Williams and getting Peralta here, where that was your biggest issue last year was pitching?
Yeah.
Or is it better to hold on to those 2 guys and ride it out with the rotation you had?
In the short term, it's clearly getting Freddy Peralta.
So I don't know how there could be any inkling of being upset at this moment.
That's not fair because
I think it's a deferred upsetness or deferred right to be upset. Because if Brandon Sproat turns out to be a Cy Young candidate every single season, or Jet Williams turns into this unbelievable, Jose Altuve, then all of a sudden you're pissed because that was your guy. And he was right. They were both right there. But it's not like they were 3 years from making the majors. They were injuries away from making the majors.
Yeah, they're close, and they're guys we're familiar with. Sometimes you trade prospects that are 15 years away, and it's tougher to have that same connection with them.
Right. Who's the kid that you got for Jeff McNeil?
Oh, yeah.
We got a 17-year-old.
Right. Where I will differ is if they sign Peralta tomorrow, or even at the end of the season, they keep him. He is a long-term New York Met. I think I would accept much easier Jet becoming a star or Sproat becoming a star. This is about, it feels like a 1-year rental. That's the concern more than what those individual players are going to be. Let's go to Constantine in Mamaroneck. What's going on, Constantine?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? First of all, congratulations on you guys being on the news slot. Listen, I just want to ask you a question, Tiki. After I make my points, just keep me on the phone, please.
What's up?
First of all, I'm not happy about the moves, only because Freddy Peralta is going to be a free agent next year. Right. I don't think he was worth 2 draft picks. Two prospects. Right. And number 2, as far as the Mets coming into the offseason, all they needed was 2 starting pitchers and maybe a little bullpen help. And instead, they dismantled the team. And all of a sudden, we're scrambling to get guys to fill in positions. I think these were all moves in haste. I don't think these moves were currently, planned out correctly. And also, my football question to you. First of all, congratulations on you being a Giants for life. You were a great player.
Thank you, man.
And a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. How did you fare when you competed against your brother? That's my football question.
That's a great question. I loved it, man. I still talk to Rondé every day. I talked to him yesterday afternoon because there's an opening down there in their broadcast booth. Gene Deckerhall is retiring after 37 years or so. But all my friends that I've done play-by-play with over the years are like, hey, can you talk to your brother and get me in the inside track to get in that open spot for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? And I keep telling them, well, the Bucs don't want to. The Bucs hire their play-by-play guys like the Steelers hire their head coaches. Like they want you there for 20 to 30 years.
Wow.
So you better relocate and be ready to be all in. But anyways, playing against my brother was early. It was just kind of it was gimmicky because he wasn't really playing and I wasn't really playing. We were just kind of twins on opposite teams. And every time we'd come into contact, Roddy'd be like, make it look good. Right? We got to make a story out of this. But then he got great. I got great. And it was really competitive. Like the only time in our lives where we were actually competitive against each other was playing some of those later games in my career. But it was great.
Well, the cool part about you competing with your brother, which is so different than other brothers competing, is you're competing with each other, but you're not. In your cases, you are. Like, there's a chance he's going to rip you and throw you down.
Right, like Eli and Peyton.
Yeah, they're
competing. Good job from the other side of the field.
Right. They're not on the field at the same time.
No, you're right.
Like, in your case, you could.
Even the Pounceys, they were both offensive guard or offensive linemen. I'm trying to think. The Watts. They never played at the same time, I don't think. JJ and TJ, did they have a little crossover?
But again, they played on the same side of the ball, so there wasn't that like...
Yeah, the McCourties, they were on the same side of the ball. In fact, they were teammates on the same defense in New England.
Wow, it's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, we were the only ones that did it against each other.
That's why it's cool. It's so different because
there were a lot of
literally...
games. There's like at least 3 games where we were both like star players for our respective teams.
Crazy.
Good question.
Mike is calling from Brooklyn. What's up, Mike?
Hey, guys, what's going on? Before I get into this Peralta thing, Tiki, you did an excellent job over there with Harbaugh. The interview that you did, really stand up. I thought it was an excellent job.
No, I love talking to him. It was great.
Yeah, no, excellent job. But, Evan, this deal is horrific, and I'm going to tell you why. When you look at what Stearns has done throughout this whole stretch, he has traded away so many good pieces for nothing in return. And I'm going all the way back into the Drew Gilbert deal, the Budo deal, the kids he gave up for Mullins. I mean, it hasn't worked out in any of the deals that he's traded kids for. And now I agree with you. This is definitely a rental, and it's not a Mike Hampton situation because let's be honest, the team is definitely upgraded, but are they upgraded to go through the Braves? Are they upgraded to go through the Dodgers? And even if by some miracle they go through the Dodgers, can they handle the Blue Jays? Can they handle the Yankees?
Well, don't worry about the World Series part, okay? Put that one aside.
Right.
Here's how I would answer that, because I was thinking about it last night. Where are we? What's our pecking order? You know, this is such a different team. It's very difficult to wrap your head around, well, what are our new expectations for the Mets? The LA Dodgers are on another stratosphere. So let's put them all the way at the top. They are the team to beat in the National League. They are the final boss. But the funny thing about baseball is sometimes you don't have to beat your final boss. Sometimes you can win without beating your final boss. In 2000, with Mike Hampton, they didn't beat their final boss. Their final boss got knocked out a round earlier by the St. Louis Cardinals. So, and I'm talking about the Braves, of course, a team they could never beat. So I acknowledge that while the Dodgers are far better, as I've said to you many times, and I will say it again, they are beatable in October, and the Mets or the Yankees may never have to go through them.
Right.
As far as everyone else is concerned, I don't think they're as good as the Philadelphia Phillies, but I don't think they're far off. Like, I think that the Mets are in that stratosphere. So I guess that's where I would disagree with you, that I don't think they're a million miles away from competing with everybody else in the National League.
Yeah. No, I think you're right about that. I was distracted because I was looking up Yordan Rodriguez. Pitched 2 games in the Dominican
Is
Summer
that the
League.
kid they got for Jeff McNeil?
Yeah.
That's what you're looking
the
up?
17-year-old. I was just curious because we talked about him. I was like, where is he? I looked at the prospects. He's not going to be in the prospects because he's 17 years old. He's pitching to a 2.9 ERA. He's got almost 12 Ks per 9. Two starts.
Tiki's doing a Rico, by the way.
15 in a third innings and 2 starts. He's actually pitching great for a 17-year-old.
Not too bad.
Anyways, now I know, so I don't have to. So somebody's going to ask at some point, what happened to that kid that got traded for Jeff McNeil?
Well, we'll let you know in 5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
When he's either up here or not up here.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Remember all the talk about the Knicks being broken, about James Dolan leaving his seat on Monday, about Mike Brown maybe coaching for his job. Neither do I. The Knicks treated the Nets the way Craig Carton treats Pete Hoffman last night with a 120-66 win, their largest win in franchise history. It was the Nets' worst loss of the season since the Knicks also killed them on November 9th.
Wow.
The common denominator, Evan Roberts at both.
Yes, and his brain is lying to everybody.
I want to make something clear. I never predicted the Nets to beat the Knicks. I simply said if they lost to the Nets, a lottery-headed, tanking basketball team, that would warrant James Dolan doing something crazy, like firing Mike Brown. So please, stop saying I claimed we were going to win.
Yeah, I mean, I
never claimed that. I know the deal.
Evan, you were fighting through back problems and wanted to make sure you were at this game. Why?
Just in case. Just in case.
Just in case.
What was very interesting, and Tiki, I want you to interpret this, is after the game, the Knicks win by $1 billion. Josh Hart was asked about the team meeting. As we all know, it's been widely reported that Jalen Brunson led a team meeting after their last loss to the Dallas Mavericks. Listen to Josh Hart explaining what happened or never happened in this team meeting.
We didn't have a players only meeting. Like y'all dragging that. I just said it. We didn't have a players only meeting. I don't know who said it, who did all that. We didn't have a players only meeting.
Do you believe him?
Josh is good to lie though. And he can do it convincingly.
Okay.
He's got that presentation where he can just be dead serious and you don't know if he's messing with you or not. So, but I'll take his word on it. They didn't have one.
I think he's doing the semantics game. I think that in his brain, he's saying it wasn't a players-only meeting because I remember Mendoza did this with the Mets where they would ask, was there a players-only meeting? And his answer was, players talk every day.
Yeah.
We have meetings all the time. So I think Josh Hart is trying to minimize it by saying, we didn't have a players-only meeting, but, there was probably a discussion. So I don't think he's lying. It's, I think, one of those.
Yeah, half-truths.
Yeah.
Or could it be a some players-only meeting?
Oh, you think certain guys weren't there?
Well, I mean,
it's just the guys, just the main guys.
Yeah, maybe the Nova guys, and that's not a players-only meeting because the whole team wasn't in on it. In other words, let's talk behind Cat's back.
But they probably do that every damn night.
Right.
Hey, man, come to the crib. We got to chat.
I mean, you're making it out like
bring one to light up. Let's go.
Probably. Either way, the lesson is always have a team meeting ahead of playing a really bad basketball team. That's always the lesson. I think here's the key right now. How are they going to do following this? They beat the Nets. They're a bad team. We all know the deal. They play Philadelphia coming up over the weekend in Philadelphia, a team they've already lost twice to.
Philadelphia
How do they do?
Matches up well. They have the matchup advantage.
And they've struggled against them. How do they do? They play a bad Sacramento team at home, a team that they lost to a few weeks ago, right? They lost the Kings game. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. How do they do? They play Toronto up in Toronto. How do they do? I think it's the answer to any fears is, what do they do next?
Right.
What they did last night, putting my fandom aside, is they took care of business. They crushed a helpless, bad, pathetic, tanking, just shut down Michael Porter Jr. at this point basketball team. It's what are you going to do next? We'll get back to your calls coming up at 888-808-1019. We'll check in on free agency bingo. And to the Yankee fans out there, you were hot for Freddy Peralta. Are you mad that Brian Cashman didn't beat this offer? What's next for the New York Yankees? We'll get you guys involved as well. Plus, later on, coming up at noon, Tiki Barber explains the major changes going on with the New York Giants and what we should think of it. It's Evan and Tiki until 2 o'clock.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The Buffalo Bills made the right move in firing head coach Sean McDermott. Couldn't get the team over the hump. But promoting general manager Brandon Beane in the wake of all of this does feel a little odd. And then in the press conference announcing the firing of McDermott, Bills owner Terry Pagula defended the drafting of wide receiver Keon Coleman, saying the coaching staff wanted to do it despite there being video of Beane wanting him. What gives? I'm Nick Costos.
The new era of UFC on Paramount Plus comes out swinging. Highlight machine Justin Gaethje collides with Paddy the Baddy Pimblett in a must-see high-octane main event. Plus, Sean Sugar O'Malley faces off against Song Yadong in a stand-up war filled with high-level striking. Pay-per-view just got knocked out. Stream UFC 324 live on January 24th, only on Paramount Plus. Visit ParamountPlus.com/UFC to get started.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Listen up, football fans. Ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. If you're able to take advantage of midweek skiing, this is the time to do it Thursday and Friday. Nice pack powder conditions, virtually every trail open, a little fresh snow in spots to go with snow we got last weekend. Thursday and Friday weather a bit more comfortable than the weekend. Camelback, Pennsylvania, Mountain Creek, New Jersey, they're both 100% skiing, riding, and tubing day and night. 60th anniversary celebration for Mountain Creek this weekend. Mount Peter on 10-pack powder slopes day and night. Butternut in the Berkshires, 21-pack powder trails plus their snow tubing park. Gore Mountain with 27 miles in the Adirondacks. Whiteface 22 miles, both with pack powder and loose and frozen granular. They both ride warm gondolas. So does Stratton on 85 trails in Vermont and Killington with 70 miles.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Paramount Plus is the new home of UFC, and we're coming out swinging with UFC 324.
Oh, what a shot!
And 325. Boom! On back-to-back weekends, the new era is here.
It's time!
Every fight.
Bam! Let's go!
One subscription.
Oh my goodness!
Pay-per-view just got knocked out.
Let's go!
Back-to-back blockbuster UFC events this month only on Paramount Plus.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
I gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your bed. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Chick-fil-A's new Frosted Sodas and Floats, it's a 10 out of 10. Hey, this is Lizzie, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new Frosted Sodas and Floats is how well they go together. You will love having your favorite soda blended with our creamy ice dream to make a new Frosted Soda or Float. With the mix of the ice dream and soda fizz, it's so delicious, I call it Fizzalicious.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new Frosted Soda and Float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Paramount Plus is the new home of UFC, and we're coming out swinging with UFC 324.
Oh, what a shot!
And 325. On back-to-back weekends, the new era is here.
It's time!
Every fight.
Bam! Let's go!
One subscription.
Oh, my goodness!
Pay-per-view just got knocked out.
Let's go!
Back-to-back blockbuster UFC events this month, only on Paramount Plus.
The New York Boat Show is at the Javits Center, January 21st through the 25th. Tickets at nyboatshow.com.
Wake up with Boomer and Geo. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
It took a while, but we may have reached our conclusion. Back on November 12th, on the Evan and Tiki program, we played a game called MLB Free Agency Bingo. We all predicted the destination of the major free agents, 9 position players, 3 starting pitchers, and then we included 2 bonus trades, guys who were rumored to be traded. And here we are in late January, and everyone has picked their destination with the exception of one free agent, and that is Framber Valdez. One of the trade bonus guys was Tarek Skubal. Doesn't feel like he's going to be traded, so that may just die on the vine. But everything else has been decided, and we've gone over this as guys sign. Like, so when Kyle Tucker signed, we saw that we all got it wrong except for Tiki, who correctly picked the Dodgers. When Pete Alonso signed, we all got it wrong. When Cody Bellinger signed yesterday, we played it real quick. Tiki, me, and Sean nailed it on the Yankees. Tommy thought Cody was coming to the Mets. He got it wrong. When Edwin Diaz signed, everyone got it wrong but me. I had a sense he was going to the Dodgers. So here we are in the bottom of the 9th inning of our free agency bingo, and we get... Who are we up to again? I forgot.
Well, you just gave away Tommy's answer on Cody. We didn't do Cody.
Oh, Cody Bellinger, you're right. Let's hear what we said about Cody Bellinger.
Well, let's start, I guess, with Loogie's answer on Cody Bellinger.
Cody Bellinger has the same real estate agent that Juan Soto has. You rent in the Bronx, you buy in Queens. Cody Bellinger will be a Met.
Sorry for spoiling that. All right, the rest of us.
You threw me off. Okay, let's go to Evan.
I'll kick things off by saying he will remain with the New York Yankees. Yeah.
Good job, Tiki.
I think Cody Bellinger stays.
Okay, and me. Yankee.
So we each get a point because he stayed. If they go somewhere else and you're right, you get 2 points. But here's the big one. Freddy Peralta was a bonus trade option. We brought him up all the way back in November. What did we say about Freddy Peralta?
All right, Evan and Tiki are going to be together because this was a quick hitter.
Go ahead. Freddy Peralta remains with the Milwaukee Brewers.
I can't disagree with that. Did we have 3 points for that one?
Yes. Oh, so we got 0 out of it.
All right.
Damn it. All right.
We'll go Loogie.
He stays in Milwaukee.
All right. 0 for Tommy and then Sean Morash.
And then me. Mets.
Oh, no.
What? Dude. How do you catch up? You can't catch up that quick.
Well,
call me the closer.
Here's what we got. Now, Tarek Skubal is still out there. I don't think he's going to be traded, so that probably dies on the vine. And Framber Valdez is the only remaining free agent. The scoreboard right now says Tommy Lugauer, 1 point, dead last. Evan Roberts, 3 points, third place. Tiki, 5, Sean, 4. Now, if you're looking at Framber Valdez as the ultimate decider,
I don't even remember what I said.
I do have the answer. So at least we can go into the final guy in free agency and see who can win this.
No, don't tell us.
You don't want to know?
Don't tell us.
I don't want to know. Can you just tell me this? Do me and Tiki have the same answer?
You guys have different answers.
All right, so I don't want to.
Yeah,
and
let us wait. Let us wait.
Fair enough. Framber Valdez is the one remaining free agent. And we all did guess on Tarek Skubal. I can tell you right now, I'm going to eliminate myself because I picked the Mets. And I have a tough time believing they're going to trade for Tarek Skubal after trading for Freddy Peralta. And speaking of
I'm pretty sure I said the Dodgers.
For Tarek Skubal?
Yeah.
You want me to tell you the answer? Because I'm looking at it.
Because he's not going anywhere.
You did not say the Dodgers. You said he would remain with the Tigers. You were kind of confident that they weren't going to trade him.
Well, hold on. Then doesn't he get points for that?
No. With trades, we did zeros on trades because the odds are a guy would be traded.
The trade is unlikely.
Yeah. We did
like
bonuses.
You're not necessarily going somewhere.
Okay.
Whereas free agency, you're ending up somewhere.
Right. You're making a decision.
I know nobody in the audience cares, only we care, so I'll just make this really quickly. We need to change those rules next offseason.
Next year, fine.
Because then you should always just take a chance on a team if, you know what I mean?
Fair point.
Over the trade.
Yeah,
I hear you.
I think you're right. So I think for next season, we will change the free agency bingo rules. But I do want to say this about Skubal because earlier in the offseason, I put together a fake trade for him that was pretty much a lot more than what they just gave up for Freddie. And if someone has a long memory, they could say, Evan, why were you good with that? Because even if you wanted to keep Skubal, even if Skubal's the difference, where David Stearns is willing to give him long-term years and long-term money, there's a risk he leaves. There's a risk the Dodgers outbid you. There's a risk of this and that. Why are you good with it? And I was good with it. I want to make that very clear. If the Mets traded for Tarek Skubal and it was the same package they gave up plus more, I would have been dancing in the streets. And it's absolutely fair to say, what's the difference?
Right.
You're a hypocrite. Here's the difference. Freddy Peralta's good. I like him. He's a good addition. He's not Tarek Skubal. Tarek Skubal is the best pitcher in baseball. He is elite on every level. Freddy Peralta is really good, but he's not perfect. Like, I don't mean to be a jerk, but he is a 5-inning pitcher. Like, that's who he is.
Right.
Last year, he made every start. I love it, but he threw 173 innings. You do the math. He goes 5 1/3 innings. In fact, last night on the Rico, I was going through all of his game logs because that's what we do. We're big geeks. And I was almost mildly surprised how it was 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, 5, 5. And I'm not killing him for it. Like, that is a major upgrade to the Mets because last year there was a lot of 3s in there, a lot of 2 1/3s in there.
But it was also ultimately the 5s that did you in.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I disagree. I don't think it was the 5s that did him in. I think it was the continuous starts of less than that.
Yeah.
Where they'd have to go to their bullpen in the 5th inning or in the 4th inning. So I do think having a guy, even on his bad day, giving you 5 innings, while it's not perfect, I think it's better.
Yeah. And they're about the same age.
Yeah.
Skubal.
Dude.
And Peralta.
Let's just be,
the difference is he's 20 plus more innings.
Yeah. And and just to put in perspective about not just Skubal, Carlos Rodon threw 20 more innings than Freddy Peralta. So we just need to be open and honest about him. He's a good pitcher. He is an upgrade. I think he makes the Mets better, but that's the difference between giving up big prospects for him versus giving up big prospects for Tarek Skubal. And I'm not blaming David Stearns for not trading for Skubal because clearly, Tiki, the Tigers are not trading him at this point.
No. I mean, why would they? So it's exactly. If they were projecting to be a terrible team, then I get it. But that's not the case with the Tigers.
Yeah, and I think if they get off to a bad start, they could always trade him before the trade deadline. I'm not sure what that return would be. Or they can simply give themselves a puncher's chance to re-sign him at the end of the year. It's a tough time believing they're going to be able to do that, considering what they just offered him in arbitration, which was insulting. $19 million. Meanwhile, he's asking for $33. So logic would tell you Skubal's going somewhere else. And by somewhere else, it means he's going to make $1 million next year for the Dodgers, and $5 billion of it will be deferred. That may be what ends up happening. Let's go to Lorenzo in Keyport, New Jersey. What's up, Lorenzo?
Hey, boys.
Hey, what's up, man?
Evan, didn't you say we were coming for blood last night? I mean, you said we weren't going to win, but didn't you say that last night that we were coming for blood?
Yeah, I said and then we got bloodied on the side of the road. The Nets game he's referring to, yes.
Yeah, no, that was atrocious to watch. And then I got the good news about the trade, and then I watched the Bronya, and I got depressed again. I think that.
Sorry,
but Ev, honestly, if you want to have a good farm, you have to trade players. And sometimes, for me personally, I'm more upset about Sproat than Jet, and I don't believe in the block stuff. I think if a player is good, the team will find a spot for him.
Yeah.
And I don't know that Peralta won't sign an extension with us, but could it be that we have him for the year? He makes his money in the offseason, and the goal is that Skubal is the guy that Cohen will overspend for in the offseason next year, and that's why they do it?
It's an interesting question, and someone asked me that during the break. It may have been Sean, actually, who said, how would you feel if everything you're saying is right? You know, Mets don't win a World Series. Freddie's good. He's fine, but you don't win it all. He leaves as a free agent, but they sign Skubal. Wouldn't that make it seem okay?
That was actually Hoffman, but I guess you guys didn't discuss enough on the Rico list. So.
Was that Hoff? That wasn't you?
It was Hoff. He came in here.
Good question, by
We just continued the podcast.
That's right. We continued the show and the podcast. And my response was, look, Tarek Skubal's the best pitcher in baseball. I know we could argue Paul Skeens. I get all that. Skubal's won back-to-back Cy Youngs. I have no reason to believe he's going to wear down. Having a pitcher like that on my team would be, I'd use the description Sean uses for when he gets excited. Like, it is everything I love as a baseball fan. So I think to answer that question, I would be so ecstatic about Skubal being here that I probably would just forget all about Freddy Peralta and the trade and what they gave up. It would just be, we got Tarek Skubal. And I would very quickly I'd very quickly move on.
I hate that that's labeled as Boone. I'll relabel that. Thank you, Lou.
Right.
Sean is getting comfortable adding.
I just got to get
sounds?
better. I'm trying. Got to get a little cleaner.
He just doesn't know Loogie's labeling system.
I got to clean this up a little bit, and I'll be better on that.
I believe.
You know what? You need to come in like an hour and a half early and just sit and relabel everything.
I know.
So it's your brain, not Tommy's.
Great point.
I know everybody thinks you're the same voice-wise, but your brains are very different.
And thank God for that.
I believe, and I don't know if Tommy would ever admit it, though. I think he would admit it, even if it wasn't true. Like, I think he'd want to run with this story, so I'll say it. I think Tommy, before he left to do After Hours, which is awesome, and you could hear it right here on the Fan, I think Tommy purposely went through every audio clip and would label it oddly to confuse Sean so that he would have a difficult time.
See, that's just cold-blooded.
Yeah.
Sean Marash is going to make me his board op for his entire life.
Oh, that was AI, Tommy.
I don't know. Was that regular? It just says Tommy. Was that negative Tommy or positive Tommy?
That's got to be negative Tommy.
No, that's actual Tommy. I remember him saying that
Interesting.
one time.
Real quickly, Evan, one more that we didn't address, and I just need to know whether this is on the RICO or not.
Yeah.
It's Paul Skeens on opening day. Is he facing Freddy Peralta or is he facing Nolan McLean?
So I would start Freddy Peralta. I think out of respect for what he's accomplished at the major league level, I think giving Nolan McLean was my guy 3 weeks ago when we brought this up very briefly. I said Nolan McLean's my opening day starter. Actually got a lot.
Who do you think the Met fan wants to see? I think the Met fan wants to see Nolan McLean.
Who does the Met fan want
I
to
felt
see?
like everybody was already fired up for Skeens McLean. Does this throw a wrench in that?
Yeah, I think out of respect for Freddy Peralta, he's going to make the start.
Especially if you want to re-sign him. You started on a good foot.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know,
is there a no-boo policy for the Mets?
A what?
A no-boo policy. You know, Sean,
no-boo
the
policy.
1-year deal that Juan Soto had with the Yankees.
I thought he meant the restaurant.
No. It's a great restaurant. I haven't been in forever.
Like we're going to feed you Nobu on opening day?
But when Juan Soto signed with the Yankees, Sean implored Yankee fans to a no-boo policy.
Yeah.
So he would stay.
Right.
He did not.
You're asking me if there's a no-boo policy for Freddy Peralta?
Yes.
No.
You ready to boo him?
No. I don't boo my own players. I'll make that very clear. But I don't think Met fans are going to say to themselves, we can't boo him because we're afraid of losing him. I think if Freddy Peralta channels Tom Glavine, and let me describe it real quick because you were playing at the time, the Mets signed Tom Glavine, and his first start ever as a Met, people talk about his last start, F that. His first start as a Met was in 32-degree weather against the Chicago Cubs, and we lost 13-2. And he got booed off the mound in like the third inning, something of that nature.
So he got his rite of passage out of the way right away.
Yeah, I think
kind of like Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah, CC also got booed very early when he struggled.
Did
too.
he really?
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
because I remember I made a comment on the air about CC never got booed, and I think you texted him, and CC was like, "Are you effing kidding me?"
Yeah, no,
of course I got booed.
First month we thought he couldn't pitch in cold weather. It was a whole thing. Also, now I'm fascinated by this. Which of the Mets offseason acquisitions is the first to get booed at Citi Field?
The first to get booed at Citi Field, off-season acquisition. Boy, you're so negative, man.
What? No, I'm negative. You started the whole show going, I don't know if I want to give these prospects for Freddy Peralta.
I don't like that. I'm being negative. I'm giving you my opinion on a trade. It's not a popular opinion, but it's not like I'm negative on everything the Mets have done.
You say Polanco. I'm going Devin Williams. I think he blows a save early.
It's obviously Devin Williams.
No, I think he's going to be good.
Well, that's not the question you asked.
Which one is going to get booed first?
Oh, which one? Like
which one
we're
of the
predicting failures?
Because you said no boo policy on Peralta is off the you'll be ready to boo him. So which one of these guys does get booed first?
I'm gonna be positive. Nobody's getting booed.
Dude, I think Polanco boots 4 balls in opening day.
No, he's not. What?
Luis Robert Jr. may not get a hit for the first 2 weeks. He could get booed.
You know, I don't like what you're doing right now.
Yeah, but so that's the thing. If you go hitless for let's say 3 games, it's baseball. If you boot 3 balls at first base when you're not a first baseman, you're getting booed.
You know what? You're right. You're replacing Pete.
No, I got it. You guys are right. Exactly. I apologize for this. Who's the first talk show host to say John Harbaugh's overrated and should be fired? Who's the first one?
Craig Carton.
You think it's Craig? Maybe Big Mac? Maybe they get off to a 1-5 start. They suck, and you guys are questioning everything? Who's the first one to say Harbaugh's got to go? He's overrated. Couldn't win the big game.
Craig Carton.
You want to play this game with me?
I'll answer it easy for you.
I can tell you right now, it's not happening.
Okay.
You know why?
What?
100 million reasons.
Well, that's true.
And it's basically, seemingly, a reshaping of the organization.
Yes.
So it's being fit in his image.
All right, fair enough. It's funny when the Mets and the Yankees, when teams lose big free agents, they tend to sign someone as the replacement. So, for example, Jacoby Ellsbury unfairly was the replacement for Robinson Cano.
Yeah.
Vince Coleman unfairly was the replacement for Darryl Strawberry. Jose Offerman was the replacement for Mo Vaughn.
Offerman. That sounds right.
Yeah, you like that one.
Or was it Baerga?
No, Carlos Baerga.
And now
Talking about the Red Sox.
You have a non-first baseman replacing your iconic first baseman.
No, that's not my question is, I don't know if any of them fall in the description of quote-unquote replacing Pete Alonso. You're right, Polanco's playing the position, but you could almost argue it's Bo Bichette replacing Pete Alonso. I don't know, but that's my point. I don't think there's an obvious answer to it.
I say Polanco because he's playing first base, and he doesn't play first base.
The fact that we're arguing this shows you there's no answer.
No, true.
It's actually just a concoction of guys.
Or you just want to have an inflated belief in the guys that you brought in.
No, you're killing me for being negative. Now because I'm not joining in with your boo party, I'm being too positive.
No, it's just a question. It's not. We're not saying that you should boo anybody. Just who's going to be the first one to get booed?
Just
person.
Give an answer. No, I'll give you an answer. And Sean nailed it. The person with the biggest X on their back, is that what it is, or spotlight on them?
Target
on their back.
Yeah, you take that one out.
It is absolutely Devin Williams. He's 1,000% right because he's replacing Edwin Diaz directly, unlike what we're talking about with the other guys.
Yeah.
And he struggled in his first year in New York. And whether people admit it or not, he's a part of an iconic moment in Met history for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
It's like Billy Buckner playing for the Mets in 1988.
Okay, so Devin Williams, Jorge Polanco.
All right.
Okay.
There you go. Let's go to Mike and Wall. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys. So, first of all, Ev, when you said the final boss with the Dodgers, I went right to Nintendo Kung Fu, and thank you for that.
No problem.
And I want to make a point about the Mets and Yankees being complete antithesis of each other with the GMs and owners. But before I do, I'm a Yankee fan, but big baseball fan. And I think the reason why Evan is really upset about this trade is because he was looking forward to his son having a jersey with Jet on the back of it, not his last name, but Jet.
It's a part of it. You're not
so
wrong.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah,
but
I admit it.
I think I really love what the Mets are doing because I think if you're a Met fan, you're seeing. I really think behind the scenes, Steve Cohen is willing to spend whatever, and what's happening, Stearns is letting them know. Listen. This is where we're going to spend. You could spend as much as you want, but we're spending it on short-term contracts, and this is how we're going to do it. And they have a plan, and they're executing their plan. Whether you agree with it or not, they have two pitchers probably that they have ahead of Sproat, in Tong and McClain.
Yeah.
They have Benj, which they probably have ahead of Williams. So, all right, let's go get our ace.
And don't forget,
you can pitch in.
Don't forget, Ewing is there too.
No, they have look, the thing about the Mets is that they still have a top farm system.
No, they do.
And a part of having a top farm system is the ability to make trades like this. There's no question about it.
Right.
It's one of the perks.
Benj, Tong.
Yep.
Reimer,
yeah,
A.J. Ewing, Ryan Clifford. Hell, they really do.
They have 6 top 100 prospects. Currently,
that's crazy.
Currently, the Yankees, I'm not saying this to pick on them. I'm just giving you reference. The Yankees have 4.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows you, and most teams don't have 6. So I get it. When you have a deep farm system, it allows you to do things like this. Speaking of trades, how about this one? Let's go to Chris in Secaucus. What's up, Chris?
Hey, guys. You guys rock. You're rolling, clicking as always. Thank you for taking the call.
What's up? Thanks, man.
So, yes, you said speaking of trades, I want to grease the wheels here and start a little fire.
Yeah.
There are three reasons why the Jets can trade for Josh Allen.
Go ahead.
Why they can?
I'm stoking the flames. Why they can.
Okay.
First of all, you guys, I know the presser, you saw some of that, was a total disaster today with GM and ownership. So let's see if they have another. I'm saying this is more for next year, just greasing the wheels. But if Josh and the Bills have a bad year, he might see this as what we see as a disaster. 2, Brian Daboll and Sean McDermott are now out there as candidates. So the Jets, kind of what they did with Hackett and getting Aaron Rodgers over here. If you can get Daboll in-house here, you'd have to fire Tanner, but he might be someone you could leverage to lure Josh Allen. And then 3, I'll hang up and listen, maybe the GM sees this as such a disaster as well and a rebuild can buy him some time in that job and get him back in the good graces.
Yeah, I think the GM.
I think Josh Allen to the Jets can happen.
Look, I think Darren Muji's. Appreciate you, Chris. I think.
You're gonna take it serious?
I am because he's asking, and I think he's being serious.
Oh, he's definitely being serious, which is what I love about it.
I think Muji is in a good spot because he's positioned the team. Like, he hasn't built it. And it's just like, oh, you drafted that guy. You brought this free agent in, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and they all stink. You suck at your job. That we're not there with Muji yet. It's, man, you set us up with 5 first-round draft picks in the next 2 years. That's really good doing your job. Now, the question is the coaching staff. So the Muji thing is, he's not worried about his long-term, his viability. It's the staff, right? Aaron Glenn faltered in building his staff. Maybe Tanner Engstrand becomes a really good offensive coordinator. He has no experience. He didn't know what he was doing, and it was clear. Brian Dable is the Jets OC with Josh Allen. I mean,
Tiki.
It's never happening.
Oh, go behold.
Because it's Josh Allen.
You finally got there.
In division.
Yeah.
But Brian Dable with who trade for the first overall pick and you get Fernando Mendoza?
Yeah.
That feels interesting.
Yeah, okay. Can you answer the man's question?
Which is?
He said, can we start greasing the skids?
No, it's not happening.
Okay, there you go.
That's not happening.
No kidding. No kidding.
And by the way, Dave's is going to coach Josh Allen, just in Buffalo.
Yeah, right, exactly. I appreciate Chris's effort, but I think it shows you the deep, dark, sad place we are at as Jet fans. That we have to create these absurd fantasies. Like, that is... Like, you're a 12-year-old kid and you're watching, adult films for the first time. Like, you got the TV unscrambled and you're watching it and you're like, oh, man, when I'm an adult, I'm going to do this. And like, it's a fantasy. Josh Allen?
Right.
I mean, I love it. Of course, it'd be amazing. Yes. The owner, and we played the clip yesterday if you missed it, the owner basically said, I fired Sean McDermott because of the result in Denver and because Josh Allen was crying. That was essentially what Terry Pagula said when Sean played that clip late in yesterday's program. But A, they're not trading Josh Allen, and B, they're not trading him to our dumpster fire. But, man, it's good to fantasize, right?
Yeah, it's always good to dream.
Yeah, like you're that 12-year-old boy looking at the scrambled TV.
Maybe they'll give you Mitchell Trubisky?
Maybe. Let's go to Greg in Mastic Beach. Hey, Greg.
Good morning, gentlemen. Before I get to my disappointment in the Mets offseason, I just want to give you a quick update. From your favorite therapist, and you guys are in my support group, remember, because I called you back in September on the way to the Mets game. I have been spending so much time in the divorce proceedings that I haven't watched SportsCenter in a week, and my only source of sports news is from Boomer and Gio, Evan and Tiki, and Carton and McMonagle. So thank you for keeping me going. But GDV Productions is up and running because I play drums, bass, guitar, and keyboards, and I'm currently pursuing a career in stand-up comedy. So my production company is up and running. Nice. I got a studio where I got a green screen and can do all my fun stuff after work.
Nice.
So thank you guys for all the support. Can I tell a quick joke before I get to my point?
Of course. You're a comedian. Yes. I want to hear a joke. Make us
why
laugh.
not? We should hear it.
Here we go. So you guys know the Grateful Dead, right?
Sure.
Of course.
And Bob Weir just passed away. So how many deadheads does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
100,000. 1 to put the light bulb up, 9 to tape it, and the rest of them to follow it around until it burns out.
I like that. Because that's all I know about the Grateful Dead, that a bunch of weirdos like watching them over and over again.
So,
it's a matter of what concert you went to.
Yeah.
Right. And I also called one Thomas Lugauer when he was first starting his new shifts. Congratulations. He wants to recruit me to be his own personal music therapist. I've signed up for the job. He's promised me pool time in Morash's backyard, and I'm just going to have to come collect on that, boys. And I'll play my acoustic guitar all day long by the pool, and we'll have some fun.
That sounds like such a Tommy thing. Like he's paying you by using
it's free. I offer my services for free.
No.
Let me get to my disappointment in the Mets.
I get it. I'm saying it's typical Tommy. He's giving you a service that he has nothing to do with. He's offering his friend's backyard as payback. That's all I'm saying.
And Evan, I didn't even get to my football question because I had to counsel Tommy about his cat problem. And then I had to call back the next day and get to my football question. It was fantastic.
Wait, did they get the cat?
So, boys, I don't know. He had a cat with his wife, and then he told me I already got the cat, and I was like, oh, so all my advice is too late? Right, yeah. Sorry, Tommy.
I did not see this
So anyway,
cat last
guys,
Saturday.
Right.
I'm so confused. Like, Pete Alonso's an Oriole. I just heard you say Edwin Diaz is gone. Like, what's going on with my Metsies? Can't he just bust out the wallet and put a good team on the field?
Wow, this is great.
If that's where he is, you're about 2 months behind.
Well, it's a great conversation because we always joke like, man, if you were in Frozen for 6 months and then you came out and I told you this, and this, you'd be like, what? Like, you were frozen in 2002, and I'm like, that guy from Home Alone is now the president of the United States. You'd be like, what happened? So in Greg's case, finding out that Edwin Diaz is a Dodger and Pete Alonso is an Oriole and Bo Bichette is a Met has to be a very, very weird experience.
Yeah.
But look, I think in the Diaz case is very, very different. I think the Mets screwed up. And I think if you gave David Stearns and Steve Cohen truth serum, they'd admit that.
Yeah.
That they were just not aggressive enough in negotiations. I heard Boomer say something earlier today. Couldn't disagree with him more. He said Edwin Diaz simply didn't want to be here and move on. I don't think that was the case. I think the Mets almost chased him into the arms of the Dodgers based on the way they negotiated that contract. And I think they know they made a mistake. And unfortunately, there's no turning back. In the Alonso case, as much as I maybe didn't want to admit it for the last year and a half, they never wanted him on anything but a short-term contract. And it's exactly what happened.
Yeah. No, you're right. And it felt like, not making an offer tells you all you need to know. You know where you stand when your team doesn't even make you an offer.
Yeah. And because they never really wanted him back.
Yeah.
Like
Diaz, you're right. It was a mistake. And getting the Devin Williams deal done without kind of letting it be known, it pissed him off.
Yankee fans really wanted Freddy Peralta. We'll dive into the disappointment aspect of if the Yankees should have been more aggressive in trading for him and what they can do next, plus more of your reaction at 888-808-1019. The toll-free number.
Those of us living in New Jersey got hit with a 20% electric rate increase. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, it's time for a new high-efficiency Carrier system. There's only one company to call for a new one. My friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older systems waste gas, so get yours checked now and save money with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them at edisonhvac.com. That's edisonhvac.com.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Kalshi. Trade on anything. The conference championships are this weekend, and now you can trade on football legally nationwide on Kalshi. Right now, LA is trading at 42% to beat Seattle. A $100 trade pays out $228. Use code FAN to get $20 when you trade 100. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything. And by Ray Katina Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
Just one drive in a Mercedes-Benz, you'll understand why it's a gift that keeps on giving. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration lives on at Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Choose from over 500 vehicles and experience the love during the extended Holiday Love Celebration at Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
It's official. The Giants have their man. John Harbaugh will take the helm and look to lead the Giants back to prominence.
Your defensive coordinators, you've employed some good ones over the years. Rex Ryan, even though it was brief. Would you bring him back? Wink Martindale, guys like that?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. Why not? I mean, can you imagine Rex coming back in here? Would that be nuts? I mean, how much fun would you guys have?
Pat Hanlon would have a heart attack.
Yeah. I tell you, but listen, I'm not ruling anything out.
No station gets you big blue news like the Fan. We're your official home for everything New York Giants. 101.9 FM WFAN.
Sunday no longer a fun day? We've got specialists for that. Walking the dog, unleash, knee pain? We've got specialists for that. With 45 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit orlandcohen.com.
Accident victims, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. What do you think matters most when you have to hire the right lawyer? Experience? Well, I've been doing this for 35 years, and I've handled tens of thousands of cases and recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for people just like you. To me, what matters most is that I actually care. I'm going to make sure you have a say in what happens with your case. You, me, and our entire team of over 50 trained professionals are going to fight together to get you every dollar you deserve. Because for me, it's personal. Your pain has a price, and we're going to make sure the insurance company pays. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, and we'll come to you 24/7. So give me a call today at 888-24-LAW-24. That's 888-24-LAW-24, and ask for me, John D'Agostino. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back.
See what sets Mazda apart in the Mazda CX-5. The smart choice for those who expect more from their drive. With standard iActive all-wheel drive and advanced safety features, the CX-5 gives you confidence in every condition. Its effortless handling and responsive performance set it apart from the crowd. Inside, you'll find thoughtful, crafted design for comfort and connection. There's more to a Mazda. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $209 a month. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Now what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into a paper airplane headed to see you never AT&T and T-Mobile? Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So just bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics Root Score Report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
It's about time pros had one partner for the whole job. Why juggle 10 different suppliers when one can do it all? At the Home Depot, you'll save with pricing built for pros. You'll stay on track with job site deliveries, scheduled, next day, or same day. And you'll get every size, every finish, every job lot quantity you need. One partner for the entire job. That's how pros get more done. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Listen to You Better You Bet with Nick Costa Sunday morning at 8 right here on The Fan. Nick will preview all the football action and get you ready for kickoff, presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display, or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a Profit Boost pack every NFL playoff game. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple Profit Boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in. Take your shot at an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment. Maybe you'll build a parlay taking all the lead running backs to score an anytime touchdown. Then apply your profit boosts to go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/New York and grab your Profit Boost pack every NFL playoff game day. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable Profit Boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amounts. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
A mix of sun and clouds, high 46.
Weather brought to you by Staples. 2026 is here, and at Staples, deals mean business. Like up to $100 off custom print orders. Head into the new year looking good for less. Staples. That was easy. Ends 1/31.
Your silence about your team is your consent. You better say something by calling 888-808-1019. Powered by Paramount Plus. Count on Paramount Plus to stream every NFL on CBS playoff game.
I do have to complain about one thing, and I want to make it clear. This is not about me because I would have been more than happy for David Stearns to have been on with Craig and Big Mac yesterday. I would have loved it. Mm-hmm. But the Mets have David Stearns do interviews with either SNY and Steve Gelbs, or now, I just saw it on my feed, Andy Martino, who's now part of the state-run media that the Mets have on their YouTube channel. He works for the Mets now. Remember hearing that news? Andy Martino, who's a former reporter with SNY, was a writer before that. He was hired by the Mets. And so there's an interview of Andy Martino with David Stearns, which reminds me of the rare times Leon Rose does interviews, and it's with, Mike Breen.
Right.
Or Wally Zerbiak.
Right.
So I just wish they made David Stearns more out there. I get why they wouldn't put him on with us, because maybe I mentally abused Luis Rojas many years ago, and so I have a bad reputation, and that's fine. Then put him on with Craig and Big Mac.
He might have had lunch plans after.
Stop.
It was his wedding anniversary.
You know what? It was his wedding anniversary.
Was it really?
Yes, it was. He had a press conference at his wedding anniversary and then orchestrated a trade after dessert. I think we could cut him a little break.
That is, you know what? Okay, fine. Yesterday. Well, he had time to do an interview with state-run media.
But that's state-run media.
What does that mean?
They're always going to do the state-run media.
All right. Now, let's have a conversation, because a lot of Yankee fans wanted to trade for Freddy Peralta. Mm-hmm. He was a guy, the apple of your eye as well. Kind of different, you guys trading for Freddie, in that you have a really good rotation, but you want to secure yourself from the fact that Carlos Rodon is going to start the year on the IL. Garrett Cole's coming off of Tommy John surgery. Clark Schmidt may not pitch, but probably will, but second half of the season. So I think that trading for Freddy Peralta, in my opinion, was more of a luxury than it was a necessity.
Right.
In terms of your rotation.
It felt like a necessity for the Mets.
Yeah, just based on the status of their rotation. I always do this when the Mets don't trade for someone or the Yankees don't trade for someone. I try to look at the equivalent of what the team that got the player gave up and what it would have taken for you. And I think, in fairness, and this sucks because I think the Met farm system is so deep, what I'm about to say is true, the Yankees probably would have had to have given up their two best prospects. The Mets didn't do that because they have a deep farm system. But if you look at overall rankings to the independent sources out there, whether it's MLB Pipeline or Baseball America, George Lombard Jr. was going to have to be in this trade, in all likelihood. Or maybe Spencer Jones, who's not rated as highly as the two guys the Mets traded, and then a pitcher, probably Elmer Rodriguez or Carlos LaGrange.
Or Hampton.
Is that how you pronounce it, LaGrange?
LaGrange.
So would you have done that,
No.
I guess?
No.
You would not have done, okay.
No. Listen, we're older. I think Freddy Peralta's actually a really good fit with the Mets, and we could talk about his innings and everything. The Yankees, even with Cole and Rodon and obviously Clark Schmidt way down the road, are still going to start the year, you would think, with Max Fried and Cam Schlittler to go with Luis Heel, Adam Warren, and then you tack on Weathers or Yarborough. Like, they are already six deep there.
Adam Warren's been gone for years, by the way.
I'm not out. Who am I thinking of?
Yeah. I want you to figure it out, Yankee fan.
How am I stumbling on this stupid pitcher's name that I liked last year?
Will Warren.
Right.
I'm like, it's Warren.
It would have been a luxury.
Yeah, to trade those chips. I'm not saying you hug them, but you trade them for something else.
Yeah, but then you'd be deep.
Yeah,
you'd be really deep.
But I would argue they're already deep.
I agree. There's some little question marks because Rodon and then Garrett Cole. You can assume he's going to be fine, but you don't know he's going to be fine.
And are the Yankees signing Peralta?
No, because I think that you're already committed long-term to so many guys that I would be I think he'd be a rental, which is why if the Yankees are going to trade for a starting pitcher, I'd be much more intrigued by a guy like Mackenzie Gore, left-hander. Nationals seem very open to trading him. He's got a few more years of control. He's not Freddy Peralta, but I guess he could become better than Freddy Peralta. I still think the jury is out on how good a Mackenzie Gore can be, and you get him for more than 1 year. So I happen to agree with you, your opinion on that I think that would have been too expensive for the Yankees.
For sure.
In terms of prospects. But do you still think they need to trade for an arm? Like that's something they have to do or even sign an arm?
It doesn't feel like a priority. The only reason it would be one would be at the trade deadline. And that if things aren't working out, if Rodon is still battling whatever issue it is that he's battling, and Garrett Cole just it feels off. But you still have two top line pitchers,
right.
And you could have three if Heel returns to who he's supposed to be,
and he's the big wild card.
Right.
The other thing is, and we saw this happen with Garrett Cole, if they start in late February and it becomes a bloodbath, and you find out like Max Fried has a horrible injury or something like that.
He never has horrible injuries. He has blisters.
Tiki, I agree. I'm just saying, like,
he's right.
That's the only time you look and go, oh my God, we really may be. Because as it stands right now, they are going to start the year, even with those guys injured, with 6 guys they can start if all healthy. They still have room for one more injury.
So we are good then with the Yankees having probably one of the most nondescript off seasons they've never had, where the big story is about keeping a key free agent, which they did yesterday in Cody Bellinger. And we are content with this being a solid offseason despite it being really, really quiet.
Right. Well, especially if Dominguez gets a shot and we finally see him, or Spencer Jones. So you fill some of the need in the outfield, just depth-wise, with or starting left fielder with someone who's in the system already. Like that feels okay.
And Bellinger could play first if Rice can't, and that's how you get the other guys in the outfield. Because that would have been my other question. Ben Rice is your first baseman. If he's not playing every day or catching, what happens then? I think they would be more this year, more able to put Bellinger at first.
I was on FanDuel Sportsbook this morning just out of curiosity because, I wanted to see where the Knicks odds were for winning the East. And by the way, they're third. They're actually behind Detroit and Boston. Very close, by the way. It's not like third by a lot. And then I saw there was MLB win totals. And I was fascinated by that because I think the Mets and the Yankees off seasons are 95% over. Like, I think the Yankees could trade for an arm. I think if Mackenzie Gore is traded, it's certainly possible they add him. I don't think they're signing a free agent. I don't think they're signing Lucas Giolito or Framber Valdez or anybody like that. I could be wrong. Maybe they add a low bullpen arm the way the Mets did yesterday by adding a Luis Garcia. And I do think the Mets are done. Like, I think this is who they are. They may dump Kodai Senga. More on that in a little bit. But I think that for the most part, these are the New York Mets. And we have to decide, all right, what do we think of the painting? Same thing with the Yankees. You ready for these win totals?
Go ahead.
And you tell me, Sean, because you're more in the gambling than I am. Mm-hmm. Is this based on what people are betting on versus the expectations? You know what I mean?
Well, it's definitely going to be a blend of both.
Okay. What do you think the Yankees over-under is? Last year they won 94 games.
Now I'm going to assume they're at probably 90 or 91.
So lower by 4 games. All right, what do you think their over-under is?
I'd say over. I'd say 98.
No, you guys are both wrong. 92.5.
All right.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, was their exact over-under a year ago.
Right.
They obviously cleared it by winning the 94 games, but it was very, very close. And I don't think that's a surprise. Like,
no.
They are running it back.
So who's first then?
In the American League?
Yeah, for wins.
The New York Yankees are the favorites to win the American League, according to FanDuel.
Win totals and favorites don't always correlate, though, because of the division they're in.
All right. Let me see the Seattle Mariners, because they are second behind the Yankees. Their over-under is 89.5.
Wow.
The Blue Jays over-under is 88.5. I think they're the only team in the American League with a win total over 90.
Man, this could be a year to make some money betting some overs in the American League. Somebody's got to win 90 games.
Right.
Orioles, 85.5. Boston, 87.5.
I mean, these are like barely over 500 teams.
And we didn't get 100. We didn't get a 100-win team in the American League, so I think that's.
There is not one American League team with an over/under above 90, except for the Yankees.
We didn't get a
100-win
team in baseball.
That's correct. Yes,
last year.
Correct.
Yeah.
I got to look back at how many teams won over 90 in the American League last year.
But here's the point. The Yankees are the favorites in the American League no matter what.
Over or at 90 plus? 90
last year?
Plus 3.
3 teams? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Seattle and then the 2 in the East.
Right.
Okay.
Toronto 194, the Yankees 194.
Yeah.
So despite it being a neutral offseason, and you could even argue it's not neutral because they did lose 2 key relievers, even though those 2 key relievers are widely blamed for costing you the division.
By the way, let's just stop right there.
Yeah.
It is not a neutral offseason because just because they didn't add anybody, they're adding Garrett Cole. Like, they're adding Garrett Cole.
I understand. Yeah. And by the way, Yankee fans don't like hearing that because what that sounds like is
it's like a trade. It's like a trade deadline acquisition.
I completely agree, and I hate that crap. But you're still adding Garrett Cole.
But you're saying it without saying it.
Yeah, you're just say he's healthy.
I think
unlike last year, he's healthy.
Yeah,
you're not adding Garrett Cole. He's just healthy this year.
But he didn't throw a single.
Just say it plainly, because when you say things like you're adding Garrett Cole,
the Yankees last year,
it comes off as annoying because he's been on the roster for 5 years.
But it's different than saying that at the trade deadline where this guy's come back healthy. They quite literally did not have a single pitch thrown by Garrett Cole, who is the best pitcher on the team, and he's pitching this year.
Unlike last year, Garrett Cole is healthy.
I'm telling you right now.
That's all I got to say.
I don't know if it's Cashman or Boone. One of those guys in a few weeks at spring training is going to say, well, we did have a pretty big offseason. It's like a trade. We acquired Garrett Cole. And when it's said that way, you guys are going to hate it.
I'm going to shut it off.
It's all about the way you word things. Like, if you word it that way, people get pissed off. If you word it as Garrett Cole is healthy, it's like, yeah Garrett Cole's healthy. That's great.
I get what bothers me when they do it at the deadline. It's like the guy's been out for 6 weeks and he's coming back, and then you tell me that. Well, he was there at the beginning of the year. You know what I mean?
I agree with FanDuel. Like, I know it hasn't been a sexy offseason, and I think we all went into the offseason wanting more things or planning more things, but pound for pound, I think they're kind of right. Like, they are the best team in the American League. Now, does that translate into them going to the World Series? No, of course not. Who the hell knows? A lot can happen in the regular season, but I kind of agree with their assessment. Now, let's get to the Mets.
Okay.
Because the Mets last year won 83 games. They collapsed down the stretch. Really, they collapsed for months. We know about what they've lost in this offseason and what they've gained, and most Met fans say we're very different. I think we're better. I mean, we may be better. What do you guys think the Mets over-under win total is right now, according to the FanDuel Sportsbook?
Sean, there were 5 teams in the National League that won 90-plus games, paced by the Milwaukee Brewers with 97.
Okay, that's important here. So now I'm going to weigh the Mets options with this. The Brewers have lost Peralta. The Cubs have lost Tucker. Suarez gone from Philly, and the Dodgers are the Dodgers. I think the Mets probably have the second highest win total this morning.
And what's that number? Because that's what I'm asking. I'm asking the win total.
I'm going to say 92.
I was going to say 89.5.
Yeah, you guys nailed it. They're at 90.5. 90.5.
So who's the top? It's got to be the Dodgers with like 96.
Dodgers are probably 98.
The Dodgers should be 107. I mean, the LA Dodgers over under. What was your prediction?
I said 96.
That's adorable. What was your prediction?
98.5.
You guys are cute. Their over under, and I am not arguing it, is 103.5.
Oh, wow.
103.5.
I kind of like that under.
103 and 59.
The Philadelphia Phillies, who share the division with the New York Mets, the Mets are 90.5. The Phillies are 89.5. So slightly better.
A regression.
Meanwhile,
that's a 7-game regression for them.
Yeah. The Atlanta Braves are 89.5. So the Braves and the Phillies and the Mets essentially all have the same over-under.
Yeah.
It's separated within a game of each other.
What did the Braves offseason? What was their offseason this year?
They signed a guy who then got hurt dropping ice in Korea. Yeah. You didn't see that story?
Who was this?
They re-signed Kim.
Oh, right.
And
I
he
did
dropped
see that story.
ice in Korea, and he's out for like 4 months. So, yeah. That's their offseason.
That's it?
Good.
No, they're supposed to be healthy. That's the hope. You know, Spencer Strider's healthy, and Ronald Acuna Jr. is healthy, and all that kind of crap. Is Ronald Acuna Jr. healthy, though? It's a fair question.
He's been hurt for 2 years, it feels like.
So the FanDuel Sportsbook app, and I think they represent a lot of the gambling websites because I'm sure they're all kind of the same. They are telling us as Met fans that this is a 90-win team. Do Met fans agree with that? And do Yankee fans even agree with the 92-win team?
Right. So what does that make them in the National League?
In terms of where they are being favorites?
Third, fourth?
To come out of the National League, okay, the LA Dodgers are heavy, heavy favorites, and the New York Mets are second. But they are very tight with Atlanta, Philadelphia, Chicago, and even San Diego.
So all that belly aching, and people think they're the second best team in the
NFL.
NFL.
That's what they think.
Just because you did there.
Just belly ache because of Bellinger? Is that what he did?
Yeah.
And that's just yeah, but you're talking about the Mets. You're talking about the Mets and the Yankees. I'm confused.
Oh, you guys were in on Belly, right?
We were. Yeah, I mean, the Mets are highly respected, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, I could tell you looking at over-unders over the years, they're usually way off when they involve the Mets. They're usually way off to the bottom or they're way off to the top. Like when they're 80
they win 100 games.
Yeah, like in 2022. It's usually way off. Let's get back to some of your phone calls. 888-808-1019. Tony is down in Lincoln, Nebraska. What's up, Tony?
Evan, I'm so incredibly disappointed in you. I did the Nets getting their brains beat in by 60 points last night just mess you up. How could you be worried about this trade for Freddy Peralta? Don't get me wrong. I'm not running victory laps. I'm not putting them in the World Series. But you talked this week about the painting that David Stearns is authoring, and you had to squint yesterday before the Peralta trade. You don't really need to squint to see them in the World Series at this point. If Nolan McLean pitches like a co-ace to Freddy Peralta, you get some of those big pieces to produce in the lineup. Do you have to squint that much anymore? And by the way, you got upset about Jet. Your son Jet is nearly as tall as Jet Williams is right now. What are you so worried about him?
Tony, you're like me. You don't like short baseball players.
That's funny. That is funny. If the Mets get to the World Series, it's all worth it. Like, I think back to the Mike Hampton trade. I think for Sean, it may be different with the Yankees, but the Juan Soto trade, I mean, I know you got Trent Grisham too, and he's still here, but you got to the World Series, and you're not getting to the World Series without that trade. So, yeah, if there is immediate team success, and I will look back on this in the middle of October, and you have every right to bring it up if the Mets are getting ready for the World Series, and you're like, hey, yeah, remember that Freddy Peralta trade? Ha-ha, you hated it. I'll admit that, but in this moment, I think they gave up an awful lot for a guy that, until proven otherwise, is a rental.
See, I think you're looking at the other way. They already did. Now, I know they didn't trade anybody. They added Bichette for 1 year, and that felt more all-in. So how do you make sure you're fully all-in? Take care of your pitching with Peralta. Where the Yankees added Soto, and we sat there at the deadline going, you're not going to get Tanner Scott, and you regret it.
You didn't do enough. I get your point. Calvin's in Washington Heights. What's up, Calvin?
Evan, Tiki, how you guys doing today? Good morning. I would like to get across two key points. I don't know if you recall last week I called for Bichette before he got signed, and I said he should get signed with the Mets for 3 years, $123 million. I was wrong by $3 million, one per year. But I don't know if you recall this. I would like to say this. Peralta strikes out 200 the last 3 seasons, and he's only pitching 160-something innings. Only a handful of pitchers are striking out 200 batters per season.
Right.
He's one of them. But Milwaukee has a philosophy that they don't let you pitch a lot of innings. That's their way of protecting the players.
But by the way, I'm glad you brought that point up.
Let me say my second point before you give me.
No, I promise. I'm not cutting you off. I'm cutting my fingers off. I just think that is a great point because Freddy Peralta is a 5-inning pitcher, and that's what he did with Milwaukee the last few years. And it's a great question for Carlos Mendoza and David Stearns, which is, does that get expanded? Now, I'll tell you right now, if they're not serious about re-signing him, then I want him pitching every 5th day, and I do want to see him go deeper into games because why am I protecting his arm if I'm not even committing myself to giving him a 5 or 6 year deal?
Yeah, go ahead, Calvin.
But you're right. It's a good point.
He's publicly has come out. Scott Boras is not his agent. He's publicly come out that he is open to an extension. That's why I'm excited about this trade.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's like Aces or something is his agency. I don't know what that is, but keep
going. Second is a player that I think that the Mets should get, and I believe just because we have Brent Baby in the lineup, we have Mauricio, we have these are guys that need to play Vientos that need to play full time. Brent Baby, Miami's interested in him. You can make a trade for a pitcher. It could be Alcantara. You can sign Luis Arias, which I'm excited that they're able to do that. He's still in the market. He doesn't have a lot of value as far as because of the way we play baseball now, but his contact is unbelievable because you have a team that has so much contact in the lineup. You can put him in the 2-hole, and Lindor, him, Soto, and Bichette, that 1 through 4 gets on base. There's a lot of contact. It's not your launching team of last season. Or you can just simply trade and Vientos and try to call Steven Kwan, and he provides a similar aspect of what Luis Arias does, but just that he's providing you excellent defense in the outfield. So you just have to the Mets are doing something great. I've always been optimistic of what they're doing still, and they're still not yet to be done. Let's see what happens.
I like that call, Calvin. Most importantly, because you said Alcantara the right way.
Speaking of
most people say it incorrectly. They don't roll the R.
Pronunciations, did you hear what happened at the? I'm going to say it incorrectly just so we can then talk about it. The Ranger Suarez press conference.
No.
He clarified his name is not Ranger. It's not pronounced that way.
Ranka?
Ranher. And the way he said it, he was talking to his interpreter, and he said, But if you guys want to call me Ranger, you can. I'm just letting you know it's not Ranger. So he wasn't mad about it.
So it's Ranger.
It's Ranger, yeah.
Ranger.
I had no idea.
Yeah. You probably saw what Chris Drury's doing, so I'm not associate myself.
Never heard that. Has any broadcaster ever said that way?
Nah, but Phillies are, they're douches. They don't want to, respect their players. So
yeah, but what about an away broadcaster?
Yeah, they don't do the research. You know how away broadcasters do research? They ask the Philly broadcasters, how do you pronounce his name?
Yeah, you should get that right. It's like Bijan. Everybody calls him Bijan Robinson.
What is it?
Bijan.
Oh, Bijan, okay.
Because I asked him, what did your mama say?
And it's Bijan.
And he said Bijan.
So now I'm going to get it right.
But
I didn't know that.
Everybody says Bijan, so I just don't, because he was in Texas.
Right.
Guys, it's Bijan. Yeah, shut up.
How about that? By the way, I do want to apologize because we talked over a Sean joke attempt at the hands of Chris Drury. So do you want us to reset it so you can make fun of him?
I completely missed it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
So do
I thought you were stopping.
I have to say, Ranger Suarez clarified he pronounces his name Ranger.
It's funny how he's made that decision after Chris Drury's ruined the team. He doesn't want to be associated with them.
It wasn't bad.
That was actually a good joke.
See?
Did you actually say it and we missed it? Or did we talk
honestly, I just misread you. You had a little hesitation pause. I went to jump in, and then you kept going, so it got lost.
It happens sometimes.
Right. It is.
We try not to talk over each other, but when we make the mistake, we try to fix it. So
Thank you.
We just fixed it.
Thank you.
I'm sad, too, because that was a good one.
It was a good one.
It would have been perfect right in the middle of all that.
Yeah. It lost a little bit of its luster, but it's still good. It's not bad.
Thus is my life.
The New York Giants are making major changes inside the organization. What does it all mean? We'll figure it out coming up, plus more of your phone calls in reaction to the big trade the Mets made, the trade the Yankees didn't make. 888-808-1019.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Like Evan just alluded to, John Harbaugh wanted change when discussing the power structure in his contract, and boy, is he getting it. Late last night, the Giants parted ways with Senior VP of Football Operations and Strategy, Kevin Abrams, who had been with the organization for 15 years. Most of the defensive staff was also told they will not be retained except for potentially interim DC Charlie Bullen, who may have a role with the new staff. The Giants have also just issued a clarification on head of the medical Ronnie Barnes' role with his team. Reporting to the contrary, the team says Barnes' role is not changing. Same title, still will oversee medical services. The only change expected in the training room, this according to Pat Leonard now, will be hiring a new head trainer under Ronnie Barnes. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
The winds are changing with the New York Giants, which means as the pre- and post-game analyst, I'm going to be on the road with them a lot. I can't wait to see the John Harbaugh era of the New York Giants football. But that's going to mean I'm going to be on the road a lot, as I always am, always on the go. I value safety, and I value, more importantly, my family feeling safe when I'm not with them. So I turned to our partners at Sloman's. They recently installed the Sloman Shield Link system into my home, and it has changed our lives in so many positive ways, combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. The cameras, the garage door opener, all the lights, landscape lighting, CO2 smoke, fire detectors, all that is amazing, as it comes with most security systems. But the Sloman Shield Link professionals are amazing. They design your home however you need it, however you'd want it to get set up, from your TVs being able to turn on, from a security system to ultimately one of my favorite parts, the music system. I can be driving into my neighborhood, turn on the music in my house, so when I walk in the door, I'm listening to some R&B classics or some Teddy Swims. Whatever it is, I get in the mood before I get in the door. And it's all thanks to Sloman Shield Link. You can experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system as well. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME, or visit slomans.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
This is Nick Kostos with the Sports Minute, sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Old Trapper, what's your beef? The Denver Broncos feel like they have some beef right now with people nationwide who don't believe in their backup quarterback, Jarrett Stidham. Stidham's set to start the AFC Championship game on Sunday in place of injured Bo Nix. We've seen it before with backup quarterbacks getting it done in a big spot. Denver's got a good defense. Don't sleep on the Broncos. I'm Nick Kostos.
The new era of UFC on Paramount Plus comes out swinging. Highlight machine Justin Gaethje collides with Paddy the Baddy Pimblett in a must-see high-octane main event. Plus, Sean Sugar O'Malley faces off against Song Yadong in a stand-up war filled with high-level striking. Pay-per-view just got knocked out. Stream UFC 324 live on January 24th, only on Paramount Plus. Visit ParamountPlus.com/UFC to get started.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Nissan trucks and SUVs are built for next-level adventure. Too much gear? Dirt? Rock? Sand? Get in a Nissan truck or SUV and feel unstoppable. Whether you want to take your next level of adventure in the Frontier Dark Armor, the Pathfinder, the Armada, or the Rogue, you'll be ready for what comes your way. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, 2025 Murano, or Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example: 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to INMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 2/2/26.
Hey, it's John Gallucci Jr., President and CEO at JAG Physical Therapy. It's hockey season, and your little pros get big injuries too. Parents, play it safe. If your son and daughter sustain an injury, JAG Physical Therapy is prepared. Our licensed physical therapists, occupational therapists, and certified athletic trainers treat you at our state-of-the-art facilities. Our physical therapists are certified to treat all sports injuries, from youth leagues to the big leagues. Injuries can happen to anyone, and it's important that you get treated right away. We are an in-network provider with most insurance companies, including Medicare. When you get injured, we're ready at JAG Physical Therapy, and we look forward to cheering you on from the sidelines.
JAG is the only outpatient physical therapy and occupational therapy provider that serves the 5 boroughs, Long Island, Rockland, Westchester, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Schedule your visit today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
Get back the life you love at JAG Physical Therapy.
It's Tiki Barber with 2 words any business owner wants to hear: extra income. Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for New York businesses to assist with local deliveries. You get paid for each package delivered. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup costs, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. If you're a New York business ready to assist with local deliveries, sign up today at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Be there at Barclays Center on February 15th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The New York Boat Show is at the Javits Center, January 21st through the 25th. Tickets at nyboatshow.com.
the home of New York Giants football. The Fan.
Runs out of the tackle, down the right sideline, cuts inside at the 5, in for the touchdown!
1019 FM WFAN. WFAN FM. WFAN FM HD1 New York. An Odyssey sports station.
I've been accused of always trying to play gotcha with Sean Morash and Tommy when he worked here, and even Tiki at times. And I want to show you that I'm fair, and even sometimes I have to hold myself accountable. Earlier in the show, I kept denying to Tiki Barber that I ever said on the radio that the Nets would beat the Knicks last night at Madison Square Garden. I simply said, hey, if they do, Mike Brown would be fired. I never said we'd actually do it. And obviously, I guess I slipped up at one point yesterday.
You suck.
Why? You found it too?
I was going to pull it in the next break. This was something I was going to get you with in the last hour of the show. I was given an exact timestamp by multiple people.
Well, guess what? I did it before you, which shows my honorability. Does it not?
It does.
All right, here it is. I'll play it for you. This is me yesterday at about 12:45 here on the Evan and Tiki program. Let me just press play now. You can check it out tonight after the Nets beat the Knicks and shock the world. It was quick, but I did say it. You could check it out later after the Nets beat the Knicks and shock the world. So
yes, your brain lying to you.
You got me. You want me to
once again?
You want me to take the L out? There you go. There's an L.
Yeah, it's probably only like a 5-minute L.
It's a 5-minute L.
Yeah,
it's the same amount of time the Nets I thought they had a chance last night when it was 6-4.
Right. How long did they hold the lead in the game?
6-4.
Yeah.
No, how long? How many minutes?
Oh, I
minute and a half.
It was so quick because. So my kid is 5. He's still learning everything.
Yeah.
And so every shot was life and death. Like when Igor Joman hit the 3 to make it 3-2, he jumped at, yes! I'm like, Spence, there's a lot of possessions. We need to take a deep breath. And then Igor Joman hit another 3, and they're up 6-4. And Cat got fouled, okay? Cat got fouled, and he went to the line, and it was 6-4. And the conversation was, well, if he misses one, we'll still have the lead. And then the other thought was...
You had to play that game the whole game?
No, because once they were up by 12,
okay,
that
it was over.
Yeah,
right.
It was really the first 5 minutes.
What do we have to do to come back, Dad?
Yeah. So I remember being up 6-4. Cat hits the 2 free throws to make it 6-6. Then we were breaking down what would have to happen for the score to be 6-7.
My God.
Which is a free throw. And then he said, well...
Did it happen?
No, it did not happen.
It didn't get to 6-7?
No, because it was 6-6, then it became like 8-6 or 9-6. Yeah. But how about the fact that Nets almost finished by scoring 67 points?
Perfect.
They scored 68?
68, yeah.
I mean, my God. It would have been the ultimate win then. So, yeah, I guess I said it. I apologize. I apologize to the audience. You have something else before I move on?
Before we move on from the Knicks-Nets thing,
What?
I thought it was egregious that in our group chat, Tommy Lugauer, who hasn't talked to us in 3 weeks, suddenly appeared to dunk on you.
I agree. Tommy's strange in that he has not checked out of our group chat, and I thought he would because he's not on the show anymore.
No.
Now, we all love Tommy, and I listen to him, and I think he's doing a great job, and I advise everyone, listen to Tommy Lugauer. But he's around, but he never comments. And then yesterday, all of a sudden, it's like, Knicks, Nets. So I kind of want to have this conversation with you guys. Do you think we should kick him out? Like, we kept saying he'll leave eventually, but he hasn't left yet. He's a squatter now.
That feels harsh.
Yeah.
Plus, no.
I think we quietly do it 6 months from now.
6 months from now.
We do it when we say our piece on Knicks Elimination Day. We wipe them out after.
Oh, so that basically 6 months. And he's not that far off with the timestamp.
Yeah.
Maybe 5, the way I was going to say. Maybe 4. All right, so we'll let him survive for a few more months, and then we'll quietly just get rid of him. Speaking of getting rid of people, there's a house cleaning going on with the Giants. So the big news yesterday was Kevin Abrams. And the funny thing about Kevin Abrams, and I think I'll speak for a lot of people when I say this, is I had heard the name, but I wasn't familiar with him, don't know him, didn't really know what his role was. But what I did know is that he was with the Giants since 1999, and he's now out. And Ronnie Barnes, who I know you spoke glowingly about, is still with the Giants, but he's taking on a different role when
Even
it comes.
though Sean just clarified that. It's basically the same role. Maybe the title is different. But, I mean, Ronnie Barnes has been a part of the Giants for his forever. And it's almost like he is a family member, despite being someone who works there. And I know that John Harbaugh likely wants his people he's comfortable with to come in and be part of the medical staff, to be a part of the whatever staff. So changes were inevitable. I think the whole conversation last week around Joe Shane, that was what the writing was all about, like in the contract. I think it was more about this stuff.
Interesting.
I don't think it was about Joe Schoen at all, really. I think that was rote, as Joe has talked about. It's been this way everywhere I've been. Same thing with John Harbaugh when he said the same thing about his general manager. It's been this way everywhere I've been. I think the scripting of the contract was more about this stuff, like the cafeteria is getting redone. Now they had just outgrown it, is what I had heard, but it's getting redone because John really loved the plan, and so it gets started immediately. There's going to be shakeups with some stalwarts or guys who have been there for a long time on the staff. Because John wants to feel comfortable in his, hopefully, home for a long time going forward. And so Ronnie Barnes is one of those guys who I have a ton of reverence for because he was here when I got here, and we've been friends ever since, including, I told you guys I went out to Colorado last summer. It was for an orthopedic conference. Ronnie had asked me to go there. And it was like 107 degrees outside, and it was brutal. So I get off a plane. You're always dehydrated after you get off a plane. I go to get lunch. So I walk to get lunch. I have a steak and a glass of wine. I walk back. I go to this event, and at this event, I get lightheaded. I get woozy, and I passed out twice. And so they end up taking me to the hospital. I was there for 6 hours. Ronnie Barnes left the event and came and sat with me at the hospital until I was discharged at 10 o'clock at night. So Ronnie Barnes is a real one, and so. I know his role is changing, but I don't think his presence will ever be diminished at in the Giants organization.
Wow. I mean, just an incredible story, but he's a lifer there. So
right.
I'm very glad to see him stay. And then the question is, Kevin Abrams, though, doesn't get that same opportunity.
Who was Kevin Abrams? Because
he was kind of like a capologist. Mm-hmm. He was second under Gettleman, I think, or right under.
He was right under Dave.
It was one of those where he was helping with the contracts and positioning, and then the cap situations before like capology became a big thing. He was doing that stuff with the Giants, and he's just kind of stayed in that role for a long time, even though there have been general managers and other structural changes around him. He's been in the same role for 15 years, it seems like. But he was there right when I got there. I got there in 97. He got there in 99.
And that's the part that jumps out at you, because you've talked a lot about the Giants being like this family organization, family-run business. And, when you see a guy who's been there for that long, what jumps out at me is, man, there's been some administration changes.
Oh, it's been a lot of administration changes.
Been there for a while and you survived.
We used to joke. It's like, this is the mafia. Yeah. Once you're in, you don't leave, man. Once you're in the family, you don't get out.
Well, it feels like John's breaking that.
Yeah. No, he is.
He's putting his stamp on this football team.
No, you're right.
And you're probably right. I mean, you are right, because you certainly know more than I do about this, that probably was the holdup, that it wasn't the sexy Joe Schoen thing, because he was probably always going to have power over Joe Schoen. Right. It was probably more of this other stuff. And you're already seeing it in the days after the Harbaugh press conference that he's changing a lot about this organization.
Yeah. And some of it is obviously the things that are obvious. We all know that, like, coaches' contracts are different. Like, the head coach doesn't necessarily have the same term as the wide receiver coach or the offensive line coach. Yes, you're done with L. You've worked for long enough. And so ultimately, John Harbaugh has to go interview all of this staff and figure out, all right, who do I like here? Right? I'm planning on bringing my own OC, my own defensive coordinator, but Charlie Bullen, you did a heck of a job those last couple of weeks. As the interim defensive coordinator, I think there's a spot for you on this roster of coaches, and so like figuring all of that out is what John Harbaugh told us he was going to get to work on yesterday, and I think we're finally starting to see it.
Now, speaking of John Harbaugh, are you guys ready
for
what, you ask? Well, it has been established by a listener yesterday and by many others on social media, that John Harbaugh sounds very similar to former President Joe Biden.
Yes.
And we expressed that yesterday on the program. And Sean did a good job. He found a couple of random Joe Biden clips, John Harbaugh clips.
Yeah.
But
he missed the Cody Bellinger stuff, but it's okay.
Right. And then the Cody Bellinger story, bro.
Can't make it up.
And so I said to you guys, we got to do a deeper dive on John Harbaugh and Joe Biden. And I cannot take credit for this. One of the guys who does a great job behind the scenes, his name is Andrew Kaplan. He is awesome. Put together a little package. It's a package of Joe Biden and John Harbaugh. So for everybody out there who's like unsure if they sound alike, we're about to present it to you. But I do want to give you guys a warning. This is not political.
Yes. This is not an indication of his political bend either.
This doesn't mean Biden's the best or the worst, or Harbaugh's the best or the worst, or Harbaugh's a liberal or whatever. It's just that they sound alike. Wanted to get that off my chest so everybody's good. Ladies and gentlemen, the coach and the former president.
It's just going to take time. This is July.
This is how it is. I mean, every single game is tough. Every single season is like a lifetime,
These are gigantic packages to deal with a gigantic problem we inherited. And the vast majority of the American people, and a lot of people really involved, don't even know what's inside the packages.
I think he's done a phenomenal job. I just look at the numbers, and he's a lot of fun to work with. I think the guys are going to really love him.
Look, we've had meat inspection for 100 years ago. The meat packing companies didn't like it. Automobile safety 50 years ago.
Everything has been absolutely positive. Ask him; he'll tell you. I mean, right. we love each other. We tell each other we love each other. I mean, he's one of my favorite human beings.
I don't like him. I love him, and it's a mutual thing. We had each other's backs, and I'll be there for him anything he ever wants.
You can't deny it anymore.
Yeah. I got confused. I'm like, wait, who am I listening to? I was like, I got to really listen to the content of this. We're talking about the meat packers.
Yeah.
That's probably not John Harbaugh.
They sound exactly alike. And now you can never unhear that.
No, it's going to be ingrained forever.
Well done, Cap.
Great job, Cap.
Yes.
That was fantastic work, because I think as much as I say it or you hear Harbaugh, you got to hear it back to back, and then it is an undeniable thing that they are voice doppelgangers.
Yeah. Well, listen, Cap is the best at doing that. Somebody like me can't handle it.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
I'm glad you're able to set that up for yourself.
Thank you.
Let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019, the number. Let's go to Matt in Chester. What's going on, Matt?
Hey, Matt.
Hey. Afternoon, guys. I heard about the trade that rolled through with Peralta last night. And the thing that actually drives me completely crazy about the trade is that I don't know if I should like the trade. And it extends to the entire Mets offseason. Like, everything has a caveat or an asterisk. And I understand that Stearns is probably brilliant, sees these things way better than I ever will. But like Alonso, okay, I can accept Alonso leaving. But who do you sign? A guy who's never played first before.
Right.
And then we go ahead and we get Bichette. I love Bichette. He's an amazing player. But we signed him to play third, and he's gone. We're paying him to opt out after a season. And then we go ahead and we get Louis Robert Jr. And, okay, he's an excellent outfielder, but sometimes it looks like he can't even see the baseball when he's at the plate. And then we have to move Beatty. Beatty finally had a great season. Now he doesn't have a position. And now Peralta, yes, no one is doubting or saying that he's not a great pitcher. But the fact of the matter is, these guys don't sign pitchers long term. And then these kids that we've heard about for so long, yes, we have other prospects coming, but these guys have the look of like something special, and it's the entire offseason. And yes, this stuff could be great, but it could be absolute garbage at the end of the day, and it's driving me nuts.
I think that's well said, because you're also admitting that you're confused. And I think that as a Met fan, confusion is a fair answer to this offseason. And I've heard so much in the last 24 hours about apologize to David Stearns. He knows what he's doing. We're all idiots. Masterclass this. And I can't say all that.
No.
Now, I'm not saying David Stearns is an idiot either, but I'm saying that this team is so different, and there's still lots of questions. They're just different questions. So I'll give you a brief example of that confusion that I have. This rotation is clearly better adding a guy like Freddy Peralta. This bullpen now features a closer who, while he was elite 2 years ago, appeared broken at times last year. And this is a franchise whose history has been littered with unreliability in the ninth inning in a big spot. And we finally had that answer. And now here comes Devin Williams, who Yankee fans could tell you a song about. And he's the guy who needs to get the final out if the Mets are winning a world championship.
Yeah, exactly. And then you throw in Luke Weaver, who 2 seasons ago, was fantastic for the Yankees in a closer role, and then last year couldn't find himself. So it's almost Luke Weaver I'm talking about. It almost feels like the Mets it's in a hope mode. Like, let's just hope that Devin Williams turns back to who he was pre-injury in Milwaukee. Let's just hope Luke Weaver as a setup man is what he was 2 years ago, not what we immediately just saw. Let's just hope that Jorge Polanco despite never doing it, but got a crash course before he was shipped off, is a good first baseman. So can we replace the bats? Can we replace the production? I don't know, but we're going to hit for average.
Well,
so it's like, yeah, that's fantastic. But if you're not winning, what's the point?
I asked you guys this question yesterday, and I'm saving it for the end of the season. And that is, hey, the Mets were, I think it was 6th in the National League in runs scored. I forget. Will they score more runs? Very simple question. Is this offense going to score more runs? I don't care if the batting average is higher. I don't care if they get less home runs. Bottom line is, it's about scoring runs. I don't care how you do it.
Right.
I don't care. Are you going to score more runs? And you thought about it and said, nah. And Sean thought about it and said, yeah, because it's baseball and it doesn't make sense. That's a really important question in determining the Mets' success this upcoming season. They're going to score more runs? Now, I'll tell you, their lineup is completely different.
Yeah.
You know why David Stearns deserves credit? Masterclass, which is such an overused term, and you started it. It was your fault. No, it was, because you brought it up with some contract.
I brought it up with
Joe Shane.
No.
Yes.
With
who?
The Masterclass?
You brought up Masterclass,
Yeah.
and now I hear everyone say it. It's you.
DeGrom. So it was back even farther.
That's true.
It was a masterclass on how to get rid of an icon.
That's true.
A team icon. How to get rid of them. That was exactly what because they didn't want them.
You're right. You said it about DeGrom leaving, and you said it about one of the contracts that Shane gave out. It was a good one, so I'm not ridiculing you. I mean, Andrew Thomas, when he extended Andrew Thomas?
Yeah, I think it was.
It's like, that's a masterclass in contracts. I'm like, masterclass?
Right.
It's like
seeing it before it happens.
It's the new term that pisses me off. Like everything is a masterclass. Here's where David Stearns had his masterclass. And I don't know if it's good or not. He has completely changed the New York Mets. And we're going to find out if it's good or not. But there is no doubt that this is a completely different team. And I'm going to hold out hope by using history. So Jacob deGrom, this is not Stearns' fault, but I just want to give you the big picture.
Yeah.
Jacob deGrom, legend with this team, gone. Pete Alonso, becoming a legend with this team, gone. Brandon Nimmo, lifelong Met, gone. Well, I'll one-up you. DeGrom's great. He's no Randy Johnson. And in 1998, the Mariners sent him packing. Ken Griffey Jr., I'm sorry, Brandon, you are not Ken Griffey Jr. In 2000, the Mariners sent him packing. Alex Rodriguez.
Right.
He ain't no Pete Alonso, vice versa. The Mariners sent him packing. And the first year the Mariners had without 3 all-time great players, A-Rod, Griffey, and Randy Johnson, when they were all gone, you know what the first year was? It was 2001. Do you know what the Mariners did in 2001? Besides lose to the Yankees in the ALCS?
Go to the ALCS.
They won 114 games.
Yeah.
And so that's the hope that even though Mariner fans, I'm sure, were devastated that a first ballot Hall of Famer in Randy Johnson was traded away and then signed elsewhere, and as upset as they were that a generational Ken Griffey Jr. was traded away, and as much as they were upset that A-Rod walked out that door, I'm pretty sure that in 2001, until they played the Yankees, they felt pretty good about themselves. So I don't know why I brought that up.
Made you feel better, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
This hope season could turn into something that's meaningful.
Yeah.
That's why you brought that up. Because the reality is it feels the same. You got rid of so many iconic pieces of this team. Or not iconic, because Pete was, maybe Edwin Diaz to an extent.
Yeah, include Diaz. I apologize for not bringing him up.
But there were pieces that you were so familiar with, and it felt like they needed to be here in order for you to win a championship, are gone. Now you have to believe that there still is a shot.
Now just remember this. If the Mets win 114 games but lose in the NLCS in 5, we're going to be really pissed off. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Probably even more angry because it's 114 games.
I know. And then, by the way, don't see the playoffs for 2 decades.
Oh, my God.
Because that's the Mariners' script. That's their script. Their script is we lost these 3 iconic players. We had a historic regular season. We got bounced out by the Yankees. What else is new? And, oh, by the way, we didn't see the playoffs for 2 decades.
Which means your J-Rod will be being born like right about now.
Yeah.
That's sinking.
If you really want to bring it full circle. Gabe is in Wayne, New Jersey. Hey, Gabe.
Hey, Gabe.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. Tiki, you were talking about hope as a strategy. I just wanted to bring up another team that's relying pretty heavily on hope as a strategy. They also play in New York. It's the New York Yankees. I'm not going to complain about running it back or anything like that.
Right.
I did want to talk about, though, like with the rotation, I would argue that they absolutely need to trade for another starting arm, and here's why.
Because that is hope.
So,
that is hope that those guys are right.
Exactly. So that's the big thing, right? Look at the rotation as it currently stands, right? It's going to be Fried, Schlittler, Warren, Weathers, and Heel to start off the season. Fried's coming off of a career-high innings pitch. Schlittler's coming off a career-high innings pitch. Is going to have to pitch even more this year to get them through to the middle of the season.
Right.
Will Warren has been historically pretty shaky. Weathers has pitched in 24 games over the past 2 seasons. And Luis Heel has a combination of control and injury issues, right? So that's just for starters. But then talk about the guys who are coming back. Garrett Cole and Clark Schmidt are coming back from Tommy John surgery. Does anybody remember how Sandy Alcantara came back from Tommy John surgery? What he looked like?
He was bad.
I think people just like to
2/3 of the season. He was bad.
We just like to imagine that we're going to get Cy Young Garrett Cole again coming off of the surgery, like no big deal. So it's a great trade deadline acquisition. So I think that there's a lot of vulnerability here in this rotation. It's really relying heavily on the fact that these guys are not only going to be just as good as they have been, but even better potentially to get us through the entire year. We didn't lose in the playoffs because of our hitting.
Right.
We lost in the playoffs because of our pitching.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, Max Fried was throwing batting practice. Yeah. Keep this in mind about guys coming off Tommy John surgery. For every Sandy Alcantara, there's Justin Verlander, who came back from Tommy John surgery and literally won the Cy Young. So it's not an exact science. So I definitely would have caution. I would definitely have caution that there's no certainty on what he's going to be. But everybody comes back from it differently. Look at DeGrom. DeGrom came back from it not as the same dominant player, but pretty good. He had a pretty good year last year.
Right.
So I can't assume he's Sandy Alcantara. Zach Wheeler really had issues off Tommy John as well, to the fact where he missed a second season, then came back and was awful, then was pretty good, and then he was off and running. So sometimes it takes years. Sometimes it's immediate.
Yeah, it's a physicality thing. It's what's your body makeup. Do you fall apart in other places because you haven't done this in a while? And if you're strong enough, you're fine. Because I think that's what the Verlander thing. He's a bull.
That's why I think Cole's going to be fine. If I had to make a prediction, and it's so, how do you know? I don't know. I think Garrett Cole, when he comes back, not sure when, not sure innings limits, all that's fair. I think he's going to pitch well.
No, I think you're right. Because he feels like just, I'm man.
Yeah.
I'm going to be fine.
Gabe is in San Francisco. Hey, Gabe.
Hey, fellas. Hey, two-part question regarding scouting. So regarding the actual technicalities of it or logistics, and then the worldwide talent pool. So I think the Giants wasn't it a guy named Mark Ross, I believe, that worked for Jerry Reese? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Was like the director of scouting.
Right.
Okay. So with Coach Harbaugh coming in, and he has his type of football players, how does it work with? Does he hire a new director, or do we keep the current scouts? How does that work?
No, I assume the scouts are going to stay the same. Though they're all under Joe Schoen. That was one of the things that Joe Schoen did when he came here in 2022, even though it took a year for it to happen, where he evaluated the scouting department and then he made it over in some regards. And primarily it was with the analytics and the digitization of the process that he brought in too. You even heard John Harbaugh say it when he talked about I think he called it the computerization of analytics. It was a question that Sean asked about how much he was going to dig into analytics. That was obviously talking about in-game analytics, but I think what he was alluding to was also analyzing players and how we attract free agents and, what does the draft look like? All of that is something that Joe Schoen revolutionized. It's interesting because while we, or you all as fans, not me, as looked at Joe Schoen and you had this like negative bend towards him, almost everybody that interviewed for the New York Giants this offseason liked Joe Schoen, right? They all liked what he brings and who he is as a general manager, because it's different than that old school, I watched guys play since I was, knee-high to a tractor-trailer tire. You know what I mean? It's like no, that's not football anymore. That's not sport anymore, right? And I think Joe has brought it to the new millennium in so many different ways, and I think coaches appreciate that.
We'll get into what makes this weekend's Championship Sunday historical and something we have never seen before. Plus, more of your calls at 888-808-1019. Evan and Tiki until the Carton Show with Big Mac at 2 o'clock.
Evan and Tiki's Player to Watch is sponsored by Dr. Jay Shaw at Samwell Institute for Pain Management. Elect 825, Building Our Future. And by Jag Physical Therapy. Get back the life you love. There are so many players to watch in this weekend's championship series, but I think none more important than the quarterback for the Denver Broncos, Jarrett Stidham. Yeah, he didn't play all year, which makes him so much more interesting to think about this Denver Broncos team who is hosting the AFC Championship game with a quarterback who's trying to replace the excellent season that Bo Nix had. Jarrett Stidham might not be the best player in this championship weekend, but he might be the most important one. Jarrett Stidham, Evan and Tiki's player to watch.
This portion of the program was brought to you by Ray Catena Mercedes-Benz of Edison and by DAZN.
Just one drive in a Mercedes-Benz, you'll understand why it's a gift that keeps on giving. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration lives on at Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Choose from over 500 vehicles and experience the love during the extended Holiday Love Celebration at Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
Two global superstars in their prime square off at Madison Square Garden.
Here we go.
Teofimo, the Brooklyn-born king of 140, looks to retain his world title as Shakur steps up to become a 4-division world champion. Don't miss Lopez versus Stevenson, January 31st. Watch only on DAZN.
The Nets entertain the Celtics, 7:30 tomorrow night. The home of Brooklyn Nets basketball is The Fan, 101.9 FM and always live on the iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and Odyssey apps.
That 3. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Ink card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Everybody knows Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, beating all the local competitors with our guaranteed lowest prices. And now, with over 120 stores throughout New England, we beat all the competition, including the warehouse clubs, the online sites, and the local dealers. Yes, we beat them all with the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Now what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into a paper airplane headed to see and never AT&T and T-Mobile? Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So just bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics Root Score Report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
I gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistent sin. All over Febreze car clips right on your bed. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Costos, and watching sports isn't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. And my show is not a job, it's a passion. From the NFL playoffs to the NBA and everything in between, celebrate sports with me every day on You Better You Bet from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern. Download the Odyssey app now and listen to Westwood One Sports from anywhere. It's You Better You Bet with me, Nick Costos, live and interactive Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern, presented by BetMGM.
Are you fans? It's basketball season. Make sure you catch all of the Scarlet Knights hardwood action this season on WFAN. Scarlet Knights basketball is presented by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare provider of Rutgers Athletics. Let's be healthy together.
Are you ready to start something new in 2026? Why not make it the engine of your new Jeep at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram? During the Start Something New sales event, Ramsey has your perfect lease for your perfect new Jeep. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
This week's football hot performer, sponsored by Edison HVAC, is Kenneth Walker. He rushed for 116 yards and scored 3 touchdowns in a win over San Francisco. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, you need a new hot performer in a high-efficiency Carrier system. There's only one company to call, Edison Heating and Cooling. New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older heating systems waste gas, so make sure your system is a hot performer and save money now with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them at edisonhvac.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When this happened, you talked about it on The Fan.
I would like to introduce to you the next head football coach of the New York Giants, John Harbaugh.
We're here with one mission: to earn the right to be called the world champions in New York.
When New York sports happens, talk about it here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Evan and Tiki on this Thursday, days before the mother of all snowstorms. And I still can't stop thinking about what would Championship Sunday have looked like in New York at MetLife Stadium as we're about to get a foot of snow dumped on us.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. By the way, did you enjoy that soccer conversation that Gallo and I were having here?
I put the headphones on and ignored it.
Right. Evan does the Rico Bronya. I do the Tony Miola with the Tony Miola podcast with Anthony Gallo.
The only reason I know who Tony Miola is because he went to Jets camp.
Did he?
Yeah, tried to make the team.
Oh, right. I remember that,
As
actually.
a kicker, yeah.
I remember that.
That's the only reason. Other than that, I'm like, I know Tony Miola. I can't wait for Championship Sunday. I wish it was here in the New York area, but a factoid about the AFC Championship game, which isn't a surprise when you think about it, but is historical in nature. And before I tell it to you, I remind you that the road to San Francisco is presented by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere, and by Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts. The Denver Broncos are 5.5-point underdogs at home against the Patriots. It is an unprecedented point spread for a home team to be as big of an underdog as the Denver Broncos are in a championship game.
That's why Jared Stidham was my player to watch this weekend.
No, it makes
Evan
sense.
and Tiki's player to watch. He is the key factor.
He's also the reason.
Yeah. Yes.
He's the reason. And so it's not a surprise, But I started doing research, and I wanted to know the other championship games where the home team was the underdog. Now, it's never been 5.5, and I'm keeping it to the last 25 years because it had happened in the early 80s.
Yeah, it's a different sport. Then.
Different sport. So I kept it to the last 25 years, and there are 3 other examples.
Were we dogs?
In recent modern history.
Were we dogs?
That's a great question. I don't even think I ever got to you guys. Hold on.
Because that was outside of 20. It was exactly 25. We had to be dogs.
Yeah, hold on a second.
There's no way we were favorites in that game.
No way you were favorites. I have the answer.
Even though we beat that ass.
You are correct, but it was -1.
Oh, yeah.
So it was close.
True.
But you're right. You guys were underdogs in a championship game at home. You're on the short list. I guess I didn't register you because it was such a small spread.
Right.
The other ones I have are field goal or more. So I guess I'll leave it at that. Are there 3 games that jump out at you guys? It's all modern history. It's all in the last less than 25 years. It's all in the last 15 years, to be perfectly honest with you. Championship games in which the home team was underdogs?
I can't even think of one.
Well, there is one you should think of, and I'll tell you why. Backup quarterback.
Oh, the Eagles.
There you go.
Yeah, obviously with
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
I just wasn't sure because Case Keenum started against him.
You're right, but he wasn't, I guess, at that point kind of viewed the way Nick Foles was.
Oh, so then in that same year.
But Nick Foles had a good seasons before that, didn't he?
Yeah, but not to the point.
Didn't he have like a ridiculous streak? I forget what it was now. But this is before he came back. And I feel like Nick Foles had success. We just hadn't seen him play at a high level for a while. And then he has to play, and after Carson Wentz gets hurt.
Yeah, I think the difference, though, is Case Keenum, even though we think of him as a backup, started 14 of the 16 games.
Right.
So he was the starter. They were 11-3 when he played.
It was almost because of him.
Correct. And Nick Foles took over so late in the season that, very similar to Phil and Hostetler, you're the starting quarterback, but the hard work was done by the other guy who got hurt.
Right.
So, that's one of them.
Was it the same year the Jags home with Bortles?
No.
They were favored over the Patriots in that game?
Oh, well, hold on a second. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
There's no way they were favored over the Patriots.
Again, I have 3 or more, so let me see if that one also qualifies, but more like your game, where it's only a point. But you're right. Now that you think about it, shouldn't they have been?
You're telling me that Brady and Belichick were dogs?
Oh, no, here's why. Because the Patriots were home, you morons.
That was in New England?
Yes. Try to confuse.
No, you're thinking it was the week before.
When they were home against Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh. They were. It was the week before.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it doesn't even qualify.
You know what? Though I thought the same thing.
I picture the game in Jacksonville.
That got them to the championship game.
Right.
But the game was actually at home.
Yeah.
The other 2 examples are 2015, and I'm talking about the year, not the season, not the actual year it took place. 2015 AFC Championship game, the Denver Broncos were home underdogs against the New England Patriots. -3.
Yeah.
The Patriots were laying 3, so very similar.
That was Peyton, right?
That was Peyton Manning, but it wasn't Peyton Manning.
No, he was compromised. They were sitting on every. Go ahead, run by me.
Yeah.
He's not throwing it down there.
He's game manager Peyton Manning.
Yes.
So the Patriots were 3-point favorites, and as we remember, the Broncos won that game, as did the Eagles when they were home underdogs.
Right. By the way, in Tom Brady's entire career, never beat the Patriots and never beat the Broncos on the road.
Crazy, right?
0-3.
Yeah.
Well, the caveat is Bledsoe beat them, right, when he got hurt?
Yeah.
Was that Denver or was that
No,
Pittsburgh?
that was Pittsburgh. That was not
Damn
Denver.
it, I'm thinking of something wrong.
You're thinking about when Brady got hurt in 2001.
Yes.
And Bledsoe took over, and
that was Pittsburgh.
Believe it or not, there was that debate going into the Super Bowl, Bledsoe or Brady, or Brady, and we forget about that, but it actually did happen.
And it was Brady.
Yeah, it was Brady.
And he threw a touchdown to David Patton in that. I think David Patton scored a touchdown in every postseason game. I might be wrong. May he rest in peace. But he was a Giant first.
There you go.
He was like what was that league, that indoor league?
Arena football?
Arena football.
Right.
He came to our training camp, made the team, and was great for us. And then he went to New England and won a couple Super Bowls.
Yeah, rest is history there.
Yeah.
And the third one, and this is where the actual home underdog actually lost, because in the other 2 examples I just gave you, the home underdog won anyway. The Eagles in 2017, the Broncos in 2015, was the NFC Championship game between the Atlanta Falcons and the San Francisco 49ers. The game was in Atlanta, and the Falcons were 4.5-point underdogs. In fact, that's the game that this game is eclipsing in terms of the biggest home underdog in a championship game.
Right.
How about that?
Who was that team, that Atlanta Falcons team?
That was the Mike Smith, Matt Ryan Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
They won 14 games that year, but the Niners were like 13-2-1, something
that
of that
was like
nature.
Tony Gonzalez's last big chance, right?
Yes.
And I guess there's just a lot of respect for San Francisco that they were better despite Atlanta earning the home field advantage in the game being in the Dome. And, well, Vegas was kind of right because they nailed the number. The Niners won 28-24. So they didn't cover, but it was by a half a point. And so this is unique.
Vegas just kills me.
They kill it.
They always get it right.
So are they going to get this right? Like, are we getting a New England Patriots coronation? Because that's kind of the assumption we all have.
I'm going to say yes.
Because of Jarrett Stidham.
I'm going to say yes, the Patriots are going to go to the Super Bowl. But the question is, does Sean Payton, is he good enough of a coach to craft this thing so that Jarrett Stidham is good? Not like great, but he's good enough for them to win it defensively. I'm going to say Patriots win.
But it's closer than people think.
Yeah.
Gotcha. There's a part of me, and I don't normally feel this way because I guess as a sports fan, especially a Jet fan, you always feel like bad stuff's going to happen. It's like this weird negativity because it usually does.
Right.
And so it feels like the Patriots are inevitably going back to the Super Bowl, which is disgusting to think about considering the Belichick-Brady era ends.
Right, how quickly he got back.
But there's also that part of me that says Jarrett Stidham, drafted by the Patriots, loved by Josh McDaniels, Sean Payton being the evil genius that he is. It's still in Denver.
Yeah.
You've said it all year.
It's been hard to play there.
It's tough to play there. Like, there is that small part of me that says I could see 2 weeks of us learning about Jarrett Stidham and everything about his life as he gets set for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
There's a small part of me
but
that
I also
thinks
got to assume that Mark Vrabel, as an old school in mentality coach, has these guys conditioned to do what it takes to win up there. It's just because that's really what it is. It's conditioning and it's preparation, your body preparation this past week, this whole week, this current week, how you prepare for playing up there. So it's a lot of rest, but it's high intensity.
I think this comes down to one of only two storylines. Either it's a coronation for the Patriots, where it's really never in doubt in the fourth quarter.
Recoronation.
A recoronation. Or by Monday at 10:05, it's Evan thinking about what the Jets have to do to trade for Jarrett Stidham.
You think it'll go that far?
Hey,
That will be it. If he wins
the
that
Raiders
game,
are completely set on Fernando Mendoza, you got to start thinking of the option.
Yeah,
that's
really
my
dude.
That's my early call on if the Broncos win, what happens around here.
Where you are partially right is if, God forbid, the Denver Broncos do win the AFC Championship game with Jarrett Stidham playing competent football, he is spot on that his name is going to be the new hot name.
Of course.
Like, why not us?
Especially if he then goes in the Super Bowl and plays well. Doesn't necessarily win, but plays well in the Super Bowl.
How quickly did Hostetler go to the Raiders after he won with you guys? Like, wasn't
it 2 years? It was 2 years later, right?
Those are the real early days of my sports understanding because, like, I barely remember that game. It's like one of my first sports memories, but I was so young that I don't actually remember
1993 was his first year with the Raiders.
So it took a couple of years.
Yeah.
So he goes out, he wins you the Super Bowl, big part of it.
Stayed with the Giants, right?
Yeah.
And then ultimately went to the Raiders.
And then eventually ends up with the Raiders. So you are right that if Stidham plays well, even in a loss, by the way, but he plays well, like we're not talking about him being the reason they lost, he is going to be like one of the new names because quarterback desperate teams, like right now, we're all talking about Malik Willis. And I get why. There's that unknown nature of Malik Willis.
And he's free. And he's a free agent.
He's a free agent. I don't even know Stidham's contract status. Is he a free agent?
I would assume he's only on a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal or something like that.
Oh, I'm looking this up. I need to know now.
Honestly, I didn't even know he was there. When Bo Nix got hurt after, or at least when Sean Payton told us right after the divisional round against the Bills that Bo Nix had a broken ankle. My mind, I was like, who the hell is the backup?
He is under a 2-year contract.
Yeah,
he is not a free agent. He signed.
So if you want him, you got to trade for him?
Yes. He signed a 2-year.
Giving up one of those first rounds for
Stop it. Stop it.
It would probably only take a third.
He signed a 2-year, $12 million contract with the Denver Broncos back in March of 2025. So he's making only $1.9 million this year. And then next year, it bumps up to $5.9 million. And just for the record, he's 29. So he's not 23.
He's not done.
He's not done.
Yeah. I mean, I bet in his mind he was thinking, I've got a career for the next 8 years if I wanted as a backup quarterback. And I'll just be a good backup quarterback.
It's a good
if
life.
I get a chance, I get a chance. If I'm probably not, but whatever. And now he's gotten his chance. So what does he do with it? It makes it so interesting of a game.
No doubt.
And a different way than it would have been with Bo Nix was the starting quarterback.
It is for me probably because of the rooting interest, the more interesting of the two games.
So who are you rooting for then?
Oh, come on. What kind of question is that? Well, who am I rooting for?
Oh, it's Denver, right?
Who am I rooting for?
I'm talking about forget your Patriots hatred, hatred at this point. I'm talking about for you to think that Jarrett Stidham is the guy.
Oh, what would I need to see?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm very sober right now.
I can't even remember the last time he played. I can't remember what kind of player he is.
It was 2 years ago.
It was right after Russ got benched. Who knows? Who was watching those games?
Nobody.
I'm in a very sober state right now, so my answer to you would be he'd have to probably nothing. I don't think I would ever get to the point of, oh my God, go get me Jarrett Stidham.
No, you're going to want Malik Willis.
That is my preference right now. But if he throws 4 touchdown passes and leads the Broncos
and then goes to the Super Bowl 2 weeks later and looks amazing,
there's a really good chance on Monday at 10 a.m. the first thing out of my mouth is, we found our quarterback. But I'm sober right now. I'm calm right now. But, I'm also hungry, so feed me, Sean.
Oh, okay. We're doing that first. Hold on.
Yeah, be ready. Come on.
Get us in the booth, somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
All right, Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. We know sometimes sequels aren't good, but I'm here to give you a Cinco sequel off the Freddy Peralta signing last night. I'm predicting the top 5 starting pitchers in New York this year.
Oh, nice.
Here we go.
Here we go! Number 5.
Freddy Peralta. Hard to crack the top 4 when you only throw 5 innings every time you're out there.
That's intentional by the Brewers.
Yep.
As we found.
Here we go.
Number 4.
Nolan McLean. I waffled in my head whether he was 1 or 2, and then I realized, he may not even start opening day for this team.
It's not even that. He's got to just do it again.
Got to do it again.
Yeah.
He's got to be number 4 here.
Slittler's better be 3.
Number 3.
It's Max Fried.
Come on,
Off
dude.
of last year, 18 wins. I'm expecting a little bit of a dip back down. A little bit. All right.
Number 2.
I think it's Garrett Cole. I still think he's going to be that dominant
So
and that
pitched
awesome.
2/3 of the season.
Not really. He's going to be back the beginning of May here.
Okay.
All right.
Number 1.
Cam Schlittler. And the more I think about it, he might win the Cy Young this year. I am so in love after that playoff.
He's got to also, like Nolan McLean, do it again.
I agree. Little prediction. He's starting the All-Star game for the American League, and that's your Cinco de Luncho.
He's just unbelievable.
What? Okay, you could debate that list? I mean, there's nothing to
Well,
debate there.
I can debate that list.
How?
The question I'm deciding is, do I want to debate the list?
Who's your top 5, Evan?
It's a great question.
Cinco de Evano.
It's a great... So...
Here we go!
Off the top of your
Number
dome,
5.
It's tough because based on what they've accomplished...
All right, stop waffling.
Well,
Stop
no,
thinking
it's
about
not
it.
like
Just do
right
it off the top of your head.
In this moment?
Yes, right now.
Because, I can't fight that Garrett Cole's the best. Garrett
Okay.
Cole's a legitimate ace.
I already played the top. The top.
All right, I'm going to do it my
Cinco
way.
de
then.
Evano.
All right, I'm going to do it my way then.
Number 5.
No, you got to go the other way.
You want to go first? Okay.
I have to do it.
Number 1.
Nah, it's Garrett Cole. I have too much respect for the career he's put together and what I think he can do next. That Tommy John surgery is not stopping me from that. So Garrett Cole is number 1.
Number 2.
I mean, Max Fried is number 2.
I agree with that.
He's a hell of a pitcher.
I agree with that. I don't know where Sean thinks this regression is coming from.
Yeah.
What's hard? Look, when you have 3 aces, you got to put somebody 3.
Well, we'll get to number 3 because it's not that. Go ahead.
Number 3.
Again, it's about what you've accomplished. Freddy Peralta. I mean, he's had 3 straight years of making 30-plus starts. Rodon is good, and Rodon had a really good year last year. There's a part of Rodon I still don't trust. Like, there's a part of me that still wouldn't be stunned if he pitched to a 5 ERA.
He slowly got the trust of the Yankee fan last year.
Yeah.
Like, it's there. It's ticked probably in the 40% range right now.
Yeah.
Whereas going into the last year, it was like 20%.
Yeah, and I think most people would agree if Freddy Peralta and Carlos Rodon were on that deserted island, you had to pick one of them, you're going to take Freddy Peralta. So I think I feel comfortable putting him number 3.
Number 4.
I got to show respect to Carlos Rodon, don't I? He's number 4. He has accomplished a lot. I can't put the kids up there yet, so I'm going road down 4. Go ahead.
Here we go. Number 5.
Nolan McClain.
Cam
the
Schlittler.
only reason
Evan's disrespecting you.
The only reason Nolan McClain didn't do what Cam Schlittler did is because his loser team didn't give him the opportunity.
You know what? I'll co-sign it only because he's a football player.
Damn right.
Mentality-wise.
He was also a position player who hit as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to project this with you, and we could have fun, make a long-term bet, whatever you want to do with it. Nolan McClain versus Cam Schlittler is not actually going to be a real debate. Like, it is going to be obvious. And I'll give you an example because it's our shared history. Many years ago when Severino was an ace with the Yankees, and he was, Sean came up to me and said, Sevy is better than DeGrom. And he said that because there were rumors the Mets were going to trade DeGrom, and his comment was, well, Jake will be our number 2. And I was like, excuse me? He'd be your number 2? And I think we could all admit that Sean's argument against me aged horribly. Like, we would never even have that debate. I won, you lost. My prediction is 3 years from now.
He was smoking a doobie.
Maybe even 2 years from now, we're not having an argument between Nolan the Truth McClain and Cam Schlittler.
Can he get a nickname?
Yeah, what do you want to call him? The Big Schlittler?
We don't
Cam the bleep.
We don't need nicknames. Actually, we do. The Ace.
All right. Well, that was a good list. Good job, Sean. That was fun. We really enjoyed that. We'll get back to your calls in a few minutes. Plus, while the Nets didn't win last night, a streak did end during the Knicks-Nets game, which will blow your mind. It's Evan and Tiki here on The Fan.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. Now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer, which is legit, sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just pack it up, and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, you get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up my boys over at collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
And this Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results. ChefIQ.com. John Eric Sullivan, the new GM of the Dolphins, along with Jeff Hafley, meeting the media for the first time. If you're looking for potential quarterbacks that could be available on the market for the New York Jets, even with that dead cap hit, the quote on the future of Tua: I have a lot of respect for Tua. He's a good football player. He's accomplished a lot in this league. We will do what's best for this football team. That is John Eric Sullivan, the new GM of the Dolphins. So it doesn't sound like Tua is long for Miami.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
How can you not be impressed with what the New York Mets have done this offseason? And fans and baseball pundits nationwide complaining about the Mets. They feel like a small market team. Well, how about now? Trading for stud pitcher Freddy Peralta late Wednesday night from the Milwaukee Brewers. Signing Bo Bichette, trading for outfielder Luis Robert Jr. Following a miserable end to their season last year, I love these moves from the New York Mets. I'm Nick Costos.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Cats are masters at using up their 9 lives, like chasing laser pointers into walls or jumping onto high shelves. But the one thing cats never do? Text while driving. So be like a cat and protect your one and only life. Don't text and drive.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Your
best year starts with a savings. Don't miss the January Jumpstart event at Nielsen Dodge.
That's right, Chels. We're ready to start your new year with low lease payments to get you driving.
Lease a new 2026 Dodge Durango GT Plus all-wheel drive Hemi V8, just $299 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Ram 1500 Tradesman Crew Cab 4x4, just $359 a month. Or choose from hundreds of quality certified pre-owned vehicles.
With zero down payment and the credit help you deserve.
Come see all the great savings we've lined up so you can start your new year driving happy and hassle-free. Let the fun begin.
On Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at nielsendodge.com. A proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Sun is in the driver's seat. Start something new sales event. With approval term Durango 36, Ram 42 months due at sign, Durango 55.99, Ram 59.54 at tax tag $498 dock and DMV fees.
Ready to live large? All you need is the right boat.
Explore endless possibilities for boating fun with your crew at the Discover Boating New York Boat Show in partnership with Progressive.
From sleek cruisers, center consoles, and sport yachts to towboats and saltwater fishing rigs.
Shop hundreds of boats, top brands, and the latest gear.
Plus deals you won't find anywhere else.
It's New York's biggest boat sale.
See you at the Javits Center, happening Wednesday through Sunday.
Live better, boat more.
NYBoatShow.com.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone with BetMGM's second chance promotion. You'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first TD score wager with confidence today. BetMGM, make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only, New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
I built this business the old-fashioned way. Hard work and a whole lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah, about that, I upgraded us to Odoo. Odoo puts everything we need, sales, inventory, accounting, on one connected platform. No more juggling systems, no more headaches.
So it all works together?
Exactly. Odoo is the all-in-one business software that makes running and passing on a business easier than ever. Take your business into the next generation. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Start the day with Boomer and Geo. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
A lot of baseball here on this busy Thursday, mainly because there's been a lot of baseball news. The Mets making a trade for Luis Robert Jr. a day ago, and then yesterday trading for Freddy Peralta. And in the middle of that, having a press conference for Bo Bichette. And in the middle of that, the New York Yankees making their biggest move of keeping Cody Bellinger. And I bring that up because, A, if you want to rewind on the Odyssey app, you could hear all our analysis on this, including what scares me about the Freddy Peralta trade. But here's the other thing it teaches us. Rob Manfred, Major League Baseball, the Players Association, the last few days could be the MLB offseason if you ever figured out a way to create fake Fugazi deadlines so that it doesn't drag out for 3 months, but you get a crazy week.
Yeah.
Because what we've gotten, Tiki, over the last week is essentially an NFL offseason.
Yeah.
Where it just happens. I mean, you think about what the Mets have done
Right. It just
in the
took
week.
2 months.
Yeah, but the last week on its own is Bo Bichette, after missing out on Kyle Tucker, news, Luis Robert Jr., Freddy Peralta, Yankees keep Cody Bellinger. Like, in a very small period of time, and I shouldn't forget Luis Garcia, who the Mets signed, in a very short period of time, you basically had your full offseason.
Right. And who was the other acquisition that came with Peralta?
Oh, Tobias Myers.
Right.
Who I have not mentioned much of, though I did talk about him on the Rico last night.
He did have 24 starts and 25 or 24, and then he was a reliever last year.
Yeah, and when he got converted to the bullpen, he was great to the point where he was pitching in the postseason out of the bullpen. So I kind of envision Tobias Myers being that swing guy who can pitch out of the bullpen, but he's also under team control, and they could option him to the minor leagues. I love that piece because at least if they lose Peralta at the end of the year, there's something remaining from giving up 2 top 100 prospects.
Right. I agree with it. So we don't know what because how old is he? He's
28, 27.
Yeah, so he's not young, but he's also not old.
Right. And really it's about team control, which they have a lot of. But yeah, he was an important piece in this. I don't know how the players and the owners are going to do this. I'm not sure how they can, but I do think it's healthy for the sport to have what we have now had over the last week, which is let's make moves.
Right.
You'll see it in a few months with the NFL offseason. It is a few days, and it happens, and it's fun. Now, the negative to that is then you got 2 more months where you're just waiting.
Right. And then you're talking about the draft. What does this guy look like? I like this kid. He's awesome. You know, I pick guys from Ohio State, probably not Georgia this year. Who else is the big team? I guess Indiana has a bunch of prospects.
Sure.
They're all older. That's the challenge.
But you can't do that in baseball. Like, once the offseason's over, there's no draft to be excited about.
Yeah, no, it's already happened. So
yeah, it'd basically be over. You'd be counting the days until pitchers and catchers report,
which is actually not that far.
Good football news for both of us. Jim Leonard watch continues. There is a suitor off the board. The Cowboys have hired their defensive coordinator.
Who?
Christian Parker, 34 years old, was the passing game coordinator, D-backs coach under Vic Fangio with the Eagles.
Oh, there you go.
Don't know that name off the top of my head.
Don't know either, but I know the Cowboys are a third team in town.
Well,
so
and I know Vic Fangio is great. And if you learned under him for a few years, you're probably going to be all right.
What I feel good about with Jim Leonard is Connor Hughes said this the other day, and it is not a surprise, that multiple big-name coordinators would not even take an interview with the New York Jets based on their reputation. And I'm going to guess off the top that one of those guys was Brian Flores, who's now going back to Minnesota, assuming he doesn't get a head coaching job. And so that is concerning that the Jets' reputation and the failures that they had in year one under Aaron Glenn would be a hindrance to anyone taking the job. So I at least appreciate in the Jim Leonard hunt that we got an interview.
Yeah.
Like, that's a victory.
Yeah. The challenge is that you don't know the employment status of your head coach. So if you come here as a DC and you just stink again, especially because you're bereft of talent defensively, you get a knock as a DC.
Yeah.
It just sits on your resume. Now, that being said, being fired by the Jets doesn't preclude you from going someplace else, a la Robert Saleh.
I would also advise that if you somehow had success with the Jets, your resume shoots up even higher.
I would 100% agree with that.
You look like a genius.
That's right.
And we might be getting near another head coach decision. Jesse Minter, the Chargers defensive coordinator, has canceled his interview for the Browns head coaching job today, a sign he's nearing a job with the head coach somewhere else. There's been a lot of speculation that Baltimore will hire him.
Interesting. Very interesting. Big hire for Baltimore. You're replacing a guy that was there for 2 decades.
Yep.
You better get the hire right. That's for damn sure. We'll get into the incredible streak that ended last night at Madison Square Garden. But before that, some more of your calls at 888-808-1019. Marcus in Pennsylvania. Hey, Marcus.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Long time no talk. Thanks for taking my call.
Pleasure, man.
I'm now Marcus in South Carolina. So I had to leave the cold weather. I'm now living in South Carolina.
Good call.
First of all, the thing about the underdogs in the championship game, how many of those were the number 1 seed? Probably none. In the playoffs.
I think the Eagles were the number 1 seed, but you're right. Sometimes you're not, and sometimes it's circumstances like what's happening in this case. It's the circumstances of the quarterback being injured. Yeah.
Freddy Peralta is a great candidate for what Stern wants to do. I mean, you could rip up this $8 million this year and give him like a 3-year, $85 million contract, and maybe he will go for like.
You think so? 3 years, $85 million. I mean, I'd love it, but
I mean, but he's going to give a high AAV to get a lower, a shorter term deal, right? He's been doing that.
No, but I'm saying that's not.
AAV.
My point is that's not a high enough AAV. I think if you ever wanted to get like a starting pitcher on the level of Freddy Peralta on a 3-year deal, you're probably going to have to give him like $38 million a year.
Yeah.
Something really, really high. I do agree, and we've talked about this earlier, that there feels like there's more of an openness to Peralta being open to an extension, but I don't know if the Mets are willing. That's what this comes down to, and my concern around this trade is not short-term. Short-term, the Mets got better. My concern is, are they serious about keeping him? And if you're not, then I get nauseous about giving up 2 top 100 prospects for a guy that's a rental. Because when you do that, you better win. Right. When you do that, it's get to the World Series. And I want to make this very clear to Met fans because I'm getting a lot of, you're so right, Evan, or you're an idiot, you're so negative. A lot of mixed reactions on this. I don't hate the trade. I'm not miserable today. I'm queasy. I'm nervous. Yeah. I'm not enthralled the way everyone else seems to be. I'm acknowledging the things that worry me, such as, did you give up 2 top prospects for a guy that you aren't serious about keeping?
Yeah, and, well, you're serious about keeping him. The question is he going to buy into what you're offering?
Yeah, but you're not serious about keeping him if you're not giving
him what he wants?
Well, 5 years or more. I mean, Why would Freddy Peralta, when you look at what Dylan Cease got?
And as we mentioned before, he signed a deal when he was very young, 5 years, $15 million is after his second season. And then he has these club options that are paying him $8 million. He's been really damn good and not being paid anywhere close to what he should be being paid.
I will give you this positive about Freddy Peralta. I've been watching old clips of him. Seems like he's got a big personality, good personality. He's got a great reputation. So we are seeing that common trend with the additions the Mets have made where they're bringing in a lot of high-character guys.
Right.
Now, with that said,
guys.
I don't think they got rid of low-character guys because all we heard about with Brandon Nimmo and even Pete Alonso are they're good dudes.
Right, of course.
So it's not as if – and that's the thing I've got to battle. I got to get over this because David Stearns made this comment. I was going to go into it on the Rico where he talked about the lineup and how what he feels is so different about this lineup is the professional at-bats, not giving up an at-bat because of the score and the time of game.
Right.
And I kind of got offended by it because I was like, who are you talking about?
Right. But you also –
what do you mean? Like, who are you referring to that didn't do that? Because I think Brandon Nimmo would give you a war every at-bat. Same with Pete. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's not the – I don't know if it's the at-bats that – he said it because that's what makes sense to say, but I think what he really meant was something he also said is that you're going to get guys who hit, and you said this, with runners in scoring position.
Yes.
That was if you think about, go back and think about last season for the Mets. It was, God, got a guy on second, third, and with an out. And, you should be able to score runs, and they come away with nothing.
Yeah, they failed at it a lot.
And
the guys they added have had great success with it. We'll see if it translates year over year, though.
David Stearns will speak to the media at 4 o'clock today.
Oh, nice. Interested. That's great.
So you'll have a nice Rico, I'm assuming, later tonight.
I needed a break.
I only say this because Evan had already told me he was looking forward to going to bed early.
You're not.
Man, jeez.
Now you got to listen.
No, I can wait till Friday. I can
what
do a Friday.
What happened to you? You got to be the immediate off Stearns guy.
What happened to me?
Dude, you want to keep your podcast up there, number one? Compete with all these other ones that are out there?
I came right home from Jersey. I was pumping out podcasts after that Harbaugh presser. What happened to you?
Let me tell you something, Sean. I've done more Ricos this offseason than you've done in your entire life.
I know. I've never done a Rico in my life.
No, I meant more like Rico's just in this offseason than you've done
talking. He does 2 podcasts.
And it's still not as many as the offseason Ricos.
How many do you do a week, Sean?
Right now I'm doing 3 a week off season. In season, I'm doing 4 to 5 a week.
Okay, well, this off season, I'm basically doing 5 a week, so I'm beating you.
And I teach at Iona, so scratch my ass.
And the other thing is, Tiki always says you need to get sleep, Here I am saying, I need a good night's sleep, and you're like, you better do a Rico tonight.
This is a big one. The off season could be over. You got to get the recap for Stearns. I planned on listening in the morning. Who
Evan,
are you?
I got it. 7:30 tomorrow morning.
That's the answer.
Mm-hmm.
That's the answer. These morning Ricos are good for me.
I mean,
man.
you're here already.
Exactly. Yeah, the problem is the new schedule. So for me, it's great. I'm off early, but Hoff, the producer of the Rico, now known as the unnamed producer of the Carton Show, he's not done till 7. And so if I wait till he gets home, now it's 9, and he does need a few minutes with his wife and kids before I say let's do a Rico.
It's been almost a month since the Craig Carton Show.
No, it hasn't.
It started January.
Like 16 days ago. It's like 2.5 weeks.
What's crazy about this is
it's almost February. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
My question, it didn't even matter. My question is, how many words has Hoff said on Craig's show?
I like 4.
Not much, yeah.
Yeah.
But on that note with Hoff, all you guys did was flip shifts. And I distinctly remember Pete Hoffman, despite the fact that he was up early working these hours, having at 11:30 p.m. because Evan is cuckoo and had to do all this stuff, staying up to record those Ricos.
Yeah,
and here you are going, I got to get to bed.
Sometimes in the middle of the damn night.
Correct.
The funniest part, by the way, just to go back to how many words Hoff says on the Carton Show, is yesterday was to me the funniest in Pete not being allowed to talk. Because Craig and Big Mac spent a lot of time speculating and debating how Met fans felt about the offseason.
And they didn't ask that one Met fan?
I never asked them. And honestly, I love you, Pete. I thought it was hilarious. Because the whole time I'm like, they could literally just ask him.
There's a Met fan. There's a Met fan right across the glass. There's a Met fan right across the glass.
And then instead they're like, let's hear from the callers, which is great.
It's like if we were talking Rangers, I wouldn't answer.
Right.
Sean, tell us. What do you think?
No, it would be
They
like
suck.
if we're talking Rangers and we refuse to ask Sean his opinion.
Right.
Just, what do you think Ranger fans think about the letter?
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know. And
this is what I think Chris Drew should do. This is my opinion on him.
And it so cracked me up because I'm like, wow, Pete's really got to earn it, man.
Yeah.
Even in a situation like this.
He better start writing out his takes.
That's right. Well,
Like Ozzy.
He gets it out because he does it WFAN Daily, which is also a podcast we have, and he's on the Rico. I let him speak on the Rico. So he's got ways to speak, just not at that time of day. Let's go to Anthony and Whippany. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, guys, what's going on? Ev, it's Matt Manna. It's been a while.
How are you, man? Matt, how you feeling about this offseason and this move?
That's why I'm calling. I got to tell you, not only I got to take a step further than you, I actually dislike it. And the reason why is because Peralta is a rental, right? Like, unless he signs an extension, as soon as he elects free agency, he is a rental because at that point you could have signed him anyway. So you've given 2 top prospects for a 1-year rental. And to answer your question that you led off the show with, you absolutely need to win a World Series then, because I'm actually going in the opposite of the opposite direction of many Mets fans in the area of Stearns, right? Like, most people are getting positive on Stearns. I liked what Stearns was doing until recently, and this goes back to the deadline, right? So Drew Gilbert, we heard about him, gone. Jesus Baez, gone. Now we have these, and for what? To not even make the playoffs last year? Like, that's what we're trading for? That's what we're getting rental players for? To not even make the playoffs? So, yeah, you've got to win the World Series this year. I'm not a fan of it because you could sign him anyway. And that's basically all I got.
It's semantics, but here's where I'm going to differ with you. So the Mets traded for Mike Piazza back in 1998. It's widely considered one of the great trades in the history of the New York Mets.
Right.
He was a free agent at the end of the season. He got to free agency, or sort of, in the window between free agency officially beginning and not beginning, he signed with the Mets. I would still argue he was basically a free agent.
Right.
I don't think we ever viewed Mike Piazza as a rental. They kept him. Like, so I just disagree with the way you're categorizing that. Like, if they keep him, which I don't think they will based on the track record of David Stearns, I can't say, well, he's a rental. We could have signed him anyway.
Right.
Like, if the Yankees kept Juan Soto last year, would we have said he was a rental? No, we would just say, yeah, they traded for him, and they happen to do a great job of keeping him.
Well, to his point about you got to win a World Series, can you beat the Dodgers?
Yeah, anybody can. You make the playoffs? Absolutely.
On paper, can you?
Yeah.
Right now.
Dude, we are going to differ about this until the Dodgers finally lose. And they almost did.
Yeah.
Like, dude, they were beaten.
But it was a compromise season for them last year.
Who cares?
I
That's baseball,
don't.
bro. And by the way, was it compromise in the World Series when they were completely healthy in their rotation?
No.
So then what do you mean?
But the Blue Jays had felt like they built I don't know. They built themselves a juggernaut for themselves, and they felt really confident that it was theirs to lose.
They had a guy in the postseason who no one could get out who wasn't that player during the regular season, which is my proof of this. Like, it's the playoffs. So, yes, I think the Mets in a best of 5 can beat the LA Dodgers because 2 years in a row, as the Dodgers won World Series, they were beatable. The Padres had them beat in 2024. Right. They just didn't do it. The year after, the Blue Jays had them beat.
But don't you have to give credit to the Dodgers for finding ways individually, and obviously your cousin out there, Dave Roberts,
of course,
finding ways to win those games.
I give them immense amount of credit.
Even when they were compromise.
I'm not ripping the Dodgers. I'm answering your question.
Okay.
I think a lot of teams can beat them.
All right.
Are the Mets better than the Dodgers? No.
Yeah.
I'm not
all I was
arguing.
asking.
No, they're not better than the Dodgers, but I think baseball is the kind of sport where, and this saves the brokenness of baseball, because I get this offseason making everyone feel baseball's broken and it's a lock, they're going to win. This is not the NBA, where I guess prior to the Nets run, you could secure a championship or secure yourself an NBA Finals appearance. Baseball doesn't work that way. And so as good as they are, as loaded as they are, they go play a best-of-5 series and Blake Snell takes a deuce.
Mm-hmm.
They can lose. So can the Mets beat the Dodgers? Yes, but are the Mets better than the Dodgers? No. Can the Phillies beat the Dodgers? Yeah. Can the Padres beat the Dodgers? Yes. This goes back to Sean. Can the Yankees beat the Dodgers? We went through that all last year. Yes, they can.
Can they?
Well, you got to get there first. And by the way, go back to that 24 World Series. You should have beaten them.
Should have.
You should have won a game. I get it, but
it wasn't the Dodgers necessarily being better than the Yankees.
But this goes back to the biggest argument. The Dodgers are so relentless and so deep and so good, you can't slip up and have moments like that.
With the Dodgers, it's you can't look at it in a 7-game series with the Dodgers. You have to look at every game individually, because that's what they did. The Yankees had every chance to win most of those games.
I'm going to ask you a question, and it could go down.
So I'm agreeing with you in that regard.
I appreciate it. I'm going to use another sport to make my analogy true, and I'm going to get personal with you, and I'm curious if you'll agree. Could you guys have ever beaten the 2000 Ravens? Dude, could you have? Be honest with me. Greatest defense of all time. Could you have ever beaten them? Play them 10 times. You beaten them?
Yes, but we would have had to have offensively been very different than we were. And I don't know if we had the ability to do that.
And I think you're proving my point.
Yeah.
It's a different sport. Can the Mets or the Yankees beat the Dodgers in a best-of-5 or best-of-7? They have a much better chance of doing it, with all due respect, than you guys did beating the Ravens in 2000. And that's only one game.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
And that's my point. That is the simplest way to put it. I'm glad you lost to a dynastic team, because it helps me. They weren't a dynasty, an all-time great team. Let me rephrase it right.
And I can't even say they were an all-time great. They were an all-time great defense.
Right.
Their offense was just kind of like, well, they ran the ball really well, and they had elite special teams. Jermaine Lewis returned, Jamal Lewis, the running back. But you weren't scared of the Ravens offensively.
No, not at all.
You were terrified defensively, and especially when if they got you pinned back like we seemed to be every series in that Super Bowl in 2001, it's like, how do we get out of here?
Yeah.
Like how do we even just play the field position game?
I'm excited to tell you that a major streak ended last night at Madison Square Garden. I know that me and 9 other Net fans were hoping the losing streak against the Knicks would end at 12 in a row. It did not. It's now 13 in a row. But Walt Clyde Frazier had a personal streak going on that I'm not sure you're aware of. So if you go back earlier into the season, you remember I played that clip where he was talking about Bam Adebayo's girlfriend?
Yes.
In case you guys didn't remember this is from earlier in the season. Breen's talking about Bam Adebayo, and of course, Walt Clyde Frazier chimes in with other thoughts.
Should call that alley-oop pass.
Well, maybe his girlfriend can help him with his shooting life.
Asia Wilson.
So, fun little reference to Bam Adebayo and Asia Wilson.
Isn't it AJ?
I thought it was Asia, is the way it's pronounced. AJA, but
I thought it was Asia.
I apologize if it's incorrect.
Maybe you're right.
So he does that earlier in the season. A few days ago, the New York Knicks are playing the Phoenix Suns, and Devin Booker is on the floor for the Phoenix Suns. And listen to this exchange about Devin Booker.
I think he's one of the elite players in the game.
No, he's definitely one of the elite shooters and scorers. But his real fame, though, is the Kardashian fame.
Why do you send me down this path? I don't think he's moved on from that.
So
Clyde is obsessed with pop culture girlfriends, huh?
That's Saturday. The next game they played was Monday against Dallas, and they were talking about Klay Thompson.
4 rings, All-NBA, NBA All-Defense, All-Star, now 4th all-time, 3-point field goals. He's also become a great mentor for so many of these younger players. He is one of the great representatives of what the NBA should be all about.
But his real claim to fame, Mike, Megan Thee Stallion.
What are you doing? You know, you're gonna have to get a warning. and you're going to get me in trouble.
So
good thing your guys aren't dating anybody.
I guess that's the trick.
Right.
So he had a 2-game winning streak going on of always doing this, and he did not do it last night in the midst of the Nets game. So
that's why they won.
Yeah, that's clearly it. But now I'm curious, do you think this is a thing now with Clyde, or is he just...
Obviously it is.
Oh, like it's on purpose or it's just on his mind?
No, I think it's on purpose. I think he's made it in a point. If somebody on the opposing team is dating a influencer, let's call it, for lack of a better description of all of them collectively, he's going to bring it up.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it brings it pop culture in.
I think
hacking and whacking.
I think what makes it so brilliant is how Breen is waxing poetic.
I know.
About Klay Thompson's resume.
Right.
And
Like the real resume. Not Megan Thee Stallion.
He's like, you know what he's known for? Megan Thee Stallion.
Yep.
So great job, Clyde. He is a national treasure. And yes, for anyone who knows I love pulling Clyde clips, he did make fun of the Nets constantly last night. We'll save that for another day.
The Nets still in the league.
Oh, he went further than that last night.
The hapless Nets.
I'm curious if Tommy will put the work in and cut those clips because he'll have a field day with it. But I have a feeling that Tommy didn't watch Knicks Nets on MSG. I bet you he watched it with the net version to hear Ryan Rucco cry and Sarah cry. No offense to Ryan and Sarah. They do a great job, but Tommy's a hater. That's how he operates. So that's my prediction. We're going to finish strong with your calls next. A lot of people want to chime in with their strong opinions on the Freddy Peralta trade, what the Yankees haven't done, and even some football thoughts. So your calls coming up at 888-808-1019.
God, with this Mets lineup, pitching staff, everything, I might be going to a lot of Mets games with Evan in the perfect seats in the house, sitting right behind home plate. It means I'm going to be out of the house a lot, juggling all the things that I have in my life. But I like my house to be safe and feel safe. More importantly, I want my family safe when I'm not with them. So I turned to our partners at Sloman's, who installed the Sloman's Shield Link system into our home, and it's changed our lives in so many positive ways, combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind. And I can manage it right from my phone, whether I'm sitting here at the studio or I'm sitting in Evan's seats watching a Met game, or probably more likely I'm in the Cadillac Club. But you know how it is. But what happens if I want to see who's knocking on my door or who's wandering around in the backyard? I can easily just dial it up right on my phone and check it. Heck, if I want to talk to somebody in my backyard or at my front door, I can do it right from the Sloman Shield Link system. So many great things, including the cameras and the lighting, the Alexa control of everything that goes on in my house. It makes me feel confident and comfortable when I'm not there. You can experience the future of home security and automation as well with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
This portion of the program is brought to you by DAZN and also by Ray Katina, Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
Two global superstars in their prime square off at Madison Square Garden.
Here we go.
Teofimo, the Brooklyn-born king of 140, looks to retain his world title as Shakur steps up to become a 4-division world champion. Don't miss Lopez versus Stevenson, January 31st. Watch only on DAZN.
Just one drive in a Mercedes-Benz, you'll understand why it's a gift that keeps on giving. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration lives on at Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Choose from over 500 vehicles and experience the love during the extended Holiday Love Celebration at Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you beat the books in Question One Sports. AFC title game coming up in the Mile High City on Sunday, and the question is, can Jarrett Stidham hold his own against this surging Patriots defense? Good luck holding your nose if that's the route you're going. But this Patriots pass rush is criminally underrated. Sure, the game's in Denver, but their defense has been leaking for weeks now. Patriots will be able to put up points. I don't know how the Broncos are going to. Lay it with New England. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. No application fee if you apply by February 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Nissan trucks and SUVs are built for next-level adventure. Too much gear? Dirt? Rock? Sand? Get in a Nissan truck or SUV and feel unstoppable. Whether you want to take your next level of adventure in the Frontier Dark Armor, the Pathfinder, the Armada, or the Rogue, you'll be ready for what comes your way. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, 2025 Murano, or Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to INMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 2/2/26.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into a paper airplane headed to see and never AT&T and T-Mobile? Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So just bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics Root Score Report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from
We can be twinsies
to
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JPMorgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
At Straight Talk, we get it. You say no a lot.
Mom, can I get a tarantula? No. Coffee? No.
So we're giving you more reasons to say yes, like a free 5G phone with real unlimited data with select plan activation.
Can I use the free phone?
Yes. See? Doesn't it feel good to say yes to more?
Absolutely.
Face tattoo?
Absolutely not.
Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. In-store activation of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-908-8646 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-908-8646. That's 800-908-8646. What do you have to lose? Call 800-908-8646. Again, 800-908-8646.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Got something to say about your team? Call 888-808-1019. Powered by Paramount Plus. Count on Paramount Plus to stream every NFL on CBS playoff game.
How we doing today? Fine Thursday. We prepare for the biggest snowstorm of all time, which apparently is going to hit us all day Sunday. So buy a lot of food. Don't go crazy, but maybe you should go crazy and just go fill up your cars with gas and go buy toilet paper in case you're stuck in your house for 7 days, and go get a lot of food. Yes. You don't really have to do that. You just got to prepare that you may be in your house for 2-3 days. That's how I would view it.
2 or 3 days?
Yeah.
This is not like Russia or wherever the heck that massive snowstorm happened. A new year means new goals, whether you're back in the gym or taking up a new activity like pickleball. Our partners at JAG Physical Therapy remind you to ease in, warm up, and build a safe foundation for success. Of course, if you or a loved one have any pain or get injured, turn to John Gallucci Jr. and his expert team at JAG Physical Therapy, who are dedicated to getting you back to the life you love. We've done this because Tracy has a spine issue that she's dealing with right now, and JAG has been phenomenal with their PT. JAG is the leader in physical and occupational therapy with convenient locations all across New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. To schedule an appointment is easy. Just go to jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
Yeah, I'm going there right after the show. Believe it or not.
Nice.
Believe it or not. Got to get that.
You and my wife.
That's right. Got to get that back in shape.
The Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ Precision Cooking. Effortless results, chefiq.com. Tonight is the rarest of nights. Football on Thursday nights is sadly over. Neither NBA team in town is playing. Not that one played last night anyway. None of the 3 hockey locals are playing. None of our major college basketball programs are playing. So if you're looking to show your family some love tonight, well, put on the full court press or simply listen to After Hours with Tommy Lugauer this evening. And one minor sports note, Brian Dable did complete his interview with the Buffalo Bills for their head coaching job.
There you go.
And they let him leave the building.
They did let him leave.
I think he's going to get the job because I think ultimately, where do they go?
Right.
Like,
they got to go through the process.
Yeah, as they should. But what makes the most sense? And, you know, as much as he was flawed here at the very end, I think he does actually make the most sense.
Right.
But what would you do with an open night? Relax, spend time with your family, or dare I say, read a book? Reading books, very underrated, because I know that I love books, but I never have time to read it. So now I listen to audiobooks. And while audiobooks are nice, it's like listening to a really long podcast. There is something special about using your eyes and reading words.
Right. I agree with that. But what book should I read? That's the question.
I'm reading a book about the outbreak of the Civil War. You want to read that?
Interesting.
Yeah, it's about what led to it and, you know, all that kind of crap.
Right.
Very depressing.
It's interesting.
That's interesting, but
I'm
pisses
reading
me off.
Jordan Renan's book. He gave us all a copy.
He did give us one.
Yeah, no, and by the way, Jordan owes me. Because
why?
I'll tell you why. No, I didn't even mean to do it, but it worked out well for him. He gives us his book, which looks great. I place it in front of me, the way I placed My Mets Bible in front of me at our giant camp show.
It's called The Franchise, by the way.
Every video of us with John Harbaugh, Joe Shane, or just talking features prominently Jordan's book right in front of me. I gave it like the ultimate promotion. And that day said all sorts of like FAN, you know, YouTube records and viewing records. And he gets the benefit from it. All because I didn't know where to put his book. I didn't put it in my bag. I put it right in front of me.
I have some quotes in this book.
Oh, nice.
Because he interviewed me about the 2000 season.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I got to read it.
A lot of cool stories in here. Chips on the Table. We all remember that one.
I mean, he's got enough promotion. We're going to get more promotion.
The next Lombardi and
people are
Landry,
feeling
Sean
positive.
Payton and John Fox. I mean, there's some cool chapters in here.
Nah, it looks like a
Giant
cool book.
Stadium's greatest game.
Yeah, well, that's wrong. Whatever he said is wrong. I can tell you that right now.
Redo
It
that.
was 41 donut, bro.
So we won a 41 donut game too.
Yeah,
And you didn't even include it.
So I did include it. It was number 3. We also closed down your freaking building by beating the Bengals and making the playoffs.
No,
What'd you do to close down
played
your
the
building?
last game in our
We
building.
closed down your building.
You know what we did to open the building? We hosted a playoff game.
Congratulations. All right, let's get to your calls. 888-808-1019. Tony in Brooklyn. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Pleasure to talk to you guys.
Good. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, I got a question, or maybe more an opinion. So the big thing with this Peralta deal, and I feel the same way. I'm kind of uneasy about it as well. But I guess what makes this deal a success is the fact that we end up signing him long term.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So now the thing is, if a long term deal is something that is what's so important here is how come we didn't try to go after Framber and really put a press on Framber? And the difference being there is the fact that we're not losing out on the two prospects.
Yeah, we'd be losing on a draft pick, but nevertheless, because I think at this point in their careers, and that's the key, at this point in their careers, and trying to project the next year or two, not what they've accomplished, because Framber's accomplished a lot, and I don't want to degrade it. I think the best may still be yet to come with Peralta. I don't think that's the case with Framber Valdez. I really like Framber Valdez, but I'm deeply concerned about what he would be for the next 3 years. I don't have that concern with Peralta. I still feel like he is a pitcher that can give more big-time seasons, if not better seasons, than even the one he had last year. I don't know about that with Framber Valdez.
Yeah, this will be his year 32 season, right? Because he just turned 32 in November.
Yep. So that's my view on it. And I know it's very tough to predict what a guy's going to do for the next few years, but that's how I would kind of differentiate Framber Valdez and Freddy Peralta. Anthony in Daytona, Florida. What's going on, Anthony?
Yes, sir. Thanks for taking my call, guys. Congratulations on the time slot.
Appreciate it.
I hate the fact that we lost Jet Williams, but I just feel like A.J. Ewing probably shifted gears in David Stearns' mind as he's going to be our everyday center field. Luis Robert probably has like 2.5 months to prove himself before A.J. Ewing goes to center, and then Benj is going to be either in left and right depending on what happens with that. So Jet Williams kind of had to go just like Acuna had to go because second base is going to be locked up for the next 6 years.
What?
Marcus Semien for 3.
He didn't have to go, but I understand the point, which is this farm system is deep enough where, yeah, you could trade Brandon Sproat because you have Jonah Tong, and you can trade Jet Williams because you've got A.J. Ewing or you've got Jacob Reimer or whatever other prospect you want to bring up. I get it. I mean, that's the strength that the Mets have. They have a deep farm system. I was talking about this off air with Big Mac, because we like to do the same thing, which is, okay, what would have been the equivalent for the Yankees? And we discussed this earlier on the show. The equivalent would have been George Lombard Jr. and Carlos LaGrange. Here's the difference. Those two guys are the Yankees' best prospects.
Right.
So the Mets traded their 5th and 6th best prospect, depending on the rankings you want to look at. The Yankees, to offer the equivalent deal, would have been 1 and 2.
Right.
And it would have felt more damaging because their farm system is not nearly as deep as the Met farm system.
And you're adding another starting pitcher to a very deep roster, although it's compromised a little bit to start the season. It's a deep roster for the Yankees and as far as their rotation is concerned.
And I also think it's much as I question David Stern's willingness to keep Freddy Peralta on a long-term deal, just based on where the Yankees are with the pitchers they have under contract, I assumed that they would not have kept Freddy Peralta.
Right.
And that is a lot to give up for, as we've talked all day, a rental. Zach in Patchogue. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, guys. So glad you could take this call. I've been dying to ask Tiki this question. So it was reported that Harbaugh is going to be bringing in his own head AT.
Yes.
And Ronnie Barnes is going to kind of step back as an AT and be really the VP of Health Services or whatever his title is.
Which I think his title is already. It's been that for a little bit now.
Yeah, he's had it since like 2011, I think.
Yes.
I'm looking at this graph from like Man Games Lost, which used to post on Twitter a lot, but I think it's paywalled now. From 2009 to 2022, the Giants missed 3,000 man games to injury.
Yeah.
And the Jets missed like 2,250. So we like to blame the field and stuff, but were we kind of behind the 8 ball on like new training? Shouldn't we be on the bleeding edge considering how valuable we are?
Yeah, I mean, you should be. And again, I don't know if that's all on Ronnie Barnes. I think the field has a big part to do with it. I mean, just think about some of the massive injuries that have happened at Giant Stadium. And, Malik Neighbors, that was at Giant Stadium, was one. And so in the San Francisco 49ers, they had that big complaint a few years ago. Actually, I think that was going back 5 years. I think that was during the COVID year. And so the field has to be a part of the conversation. But you're right. Every team should be looking for upgrades in how they're managing their players. And we've said this multiple times over the last couple of years. In today's NFL, guys often are hurt and not available to play, even though they really want to play. In their minds, they think they can play. But in today's NFL, you almost aren't allowed to do it. I keep giving that example. In 2000, in 2000, I broke my forearm. I mean, it was cracked. It was split. It was displaced, not out through the skin, but it was cracked and broken. And I played a game with it. And afterwards, they knew it was cracked, and I still played. I played all the way through the playoffs into the Super Bowl. I don't think I would have been allowed to do that in today's NFL.
Different world.
And so I think part of it is concussions. Part of it is the details and the MRIs and all this advanced imaging that you get. If there's something wrong, they're going to protect you from yourself. And it's just hard. Like, I know that I had a conversation when the 49ers were here. The 49ers, when they were here, I sat with John Lynch for a little bit during the game, and we were just talking. He's the GM of the 49ers, and he was talking about Christian McCaffrey. I'm like, how the heck is Christian McCaffrey getting so many touches? And he said because he gets banged up, he won't let them give him an MRI because he doesn't want the medical staff to say you can't play. It's just a different mentality that the league has taken writ large to talk about, to protect players from hurting themselves even further than they're already hurt.
Are you aware of the 49ers injury conspiracy theory?
No.
So I heard
because they had a ton this year.
And they've had for years. I heard Boomer and Gio bring this up weeks ago. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. That because their practice facility is located right next to the Silicon Valley power electrical substation, there is this thought that the facility is causing electromotive force exposure, which is leading to more injuries. Okay? So it felt like a crazy conspiracy theory. I don't want to put words in Boomer and Gio's mouth, but I thought I remember them kind of laughing at it like, this is crazy.
Right.
John Lynch, the guy you just referred to, the GM of the Niners, addressed the issue yesterday. And I'll play you the audio. John Lynch was asked about this, which I thought at first was like a crazy conspiracy theory. Like, what?
Yeah,
That's causing the
injuries? This is nonsense. What are you talking about?
Here's what John Lynch had to say about it.
Because it deals with allegedly, the health and safety of our players, I think you have to look into everything. And so our guys we've been reaching out to anyone and everyone to see, does a study exist other than a guy sticking an apparatus underneath a fence and coming up with a number that I have no idea what that means. That's what we know exists. We've heard that debunked. So yes, we will look into it. We have. The health and safety of our players is of the utmost priority. We pour into it. Our ownership, Jed, tremendous in terms of resources, and we'll always be cognizant of things. I know that a lot of games have been won at this facility, since it opened, But yeah, we aren't going to turn a blind eye. We'll look into everything.
How about that?
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
Looking into it.
I mean, the problem, and he addressed it briefly there, is that you don't have the empirical evidence to justify making a definitive statement on it.
Right.
But could there be some cellular restructure because of that magnetic disturbance that comes from that facility? Maybe. Well, potentially. But it should be studied. And if I'm the 49ers, I'm absolutely, even if you have to pay for it yourself.
Yeah. No, it's definitely worth it. But what if they come up with, it's an issue? Are you moving?
Yes.
Are you? That's it. Well,
100%.
But the stadium's close to it, too.
No, I think it's is it?
I think it's both.
It's a substation, the facility, stadium.
Wow.
So what would they just leave? We're getting out of here.
But I would think it would be consistent exposure.
Yeah, so the practice facility.
You're there every day.
Right.
I don't think it's necessarily playing a game.
Keep an eye on this. Super Bowl is being played there. One of the teams is going to be practicing on that facility all week. If that team happens to get an injury or two in the Super Bowl, you're never going to hear the end of this.
Wow.
No, that's right. I forgot about that. By the way, there's one other clip I actually don't want to play, but I'm going to ask you if you want to hear it, and Sean could get it. I don't want to be mean-spirited. Stephen Ross, the owner of the Miami Dolphins, today they're introducing Jeff Hafley as the new head coach. At the press conference, he completely forgot his name.
He forgot Hafley's name?
Yeah, he got confused. And the reason I feel bad is he's 85 years old.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be we're making fun of this old guy. So it's up to you. Do you want to hear it, or are we rather just say, I forgot his name?
Is it bad?
I don't know. You want to hear it?
Yeah, I have it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's...
And I love Steve Ross.
All right.
He was a business partner of mine for a little bit.
There you go. So then we have the cover that we're not being mean-spirited because Tiki knows him and he likes him.
Right.
Here's Stephen Ross, introducing Jeff Hafley, sort of.
Enthusiasm
the knowledge, the background. Jeff stood out amongst them all.
I think he just lost his words.
You think that was it?
Yeah,
Train of thought
I
issue?
think he wanted to say something else, like enthusiasm, whatever. He was looking for something else to say that would make him sound more robust as a hire.
Yeah.
And then he just said, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to say his name. I don't think he forgot his name.
All right,
I
fair
think he was trying to throw more platitudes, and he just kind of ran out of
Then
them.
I'm glad we played it because it at least clarifies. So you in the audience, whether you're a Dolphin fan or not, you can make up your own decision. Did he forget it? Did he not forget it? Does it even matter? Let's go to Jim in Bridgewater, New Jersey. What's up, Jim?
Hey, Jim.
Hey, it's actually Tim.
Oh, sorry, Tim. What's up?
Hey, okay. So about Peralta, obviously Jet Williams, I saw him play in the minor leagues center field, and it was not good. So he's a shortstop, and he's blocked by obviously Lindor and Mauricio. They still have Beatty and Vientos, and Sproat is behind Scott.
Yep.
And and Tong. I saw him pitch it in single A, double A, and triple A, and as Shea Stadium. I'm sorry, Center Field, and obviously he didn't do that well. Neither did Sproat. But I've seen the other pitchers that won the championships, a double A and single A, and they're good.
Come on, that's not enough of a reason to say whatever.
Yeah.
You saw Jet Williams play a few innings in center field. All right, he stinks. I'm moving on.
Well, so to your point,
Come on.
you asked this earlier, and you can find it on the Odyssey app if you want to rewind, about Jet being blocked.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he wasn't talking about center. Maybe he was talking about his natural position, which is an infielder, shortstop, second base.
Most athletes come up as shortstops, and then they move. You know, David Stearns talked about it yesterday. Their entire infield is natural shortstops.
Yeah, but Jet Williams, what is he, 5'8"? 5'8"?
Why do you keep picking on his size?
I'm just saying, as a center fielder.
Very mean.
I'm not. I'm just saying, as a center fielder, there's a lot of ground to cover.
Okay.
And look, we know it's speed. He's got the athleticism, but the speed is a few things. It's stride length, stride frequency, and strength. How physically strong you are. Maybe he's not an ideal center fielder.
You are something. I just say it. You hate short people.
I don't hate short people.
You really do.
A player playing second base, great. Shortstop, fine. But playing third base, no chance.
Well, he's not playing third base. He played the outfield.
I'm talking in general. Playing center field, there's a lot of ground to cover in center field.
I'll tell you. Tiki has a vendetta against short people.
I do not have a vendetta
He
against
never liked Yamamoto. He doesn't like Jet Williams. He couldn't wait to get rid of Acuna.
Yamamoto proved me wrong, but he's 5'10". He's not 5'8". You know what I mean? And so it's just different.
Dude, if he saw Muggsy Bogues on the side of the road, he'd spit on him.
But no doubt. But I also saw him dunk and win a dunk contest.
That's true.
So, I mean, let's see. We'll find out with Jet Williams.
All right. Well, he does feel like a Brewers player, though. Like that gritty.
Well, wait, will he play? Where will he play?
He may be their shortstop.
I was going to say, he might play his natural position.
They could move him back to his natural position, but that is so normal. Again, David Stearns said it, and I know this is all different parts of their careers, but Lindor's the shortstop. Bo Bichette's moving from shortstop. Marcus Semien in Toronto was a shortstop. And Jorge Polanco early in his career in Minnesota was a shortstop.
But Semien's playing up the middle anyways. He's playing second.
I get it, but my point is the four guys in their infield are all shortstops.
Right.
Guys start at shortstop and then they end up elsewhere. Like you'll see with Anthony Volpe shortly. He's at a different position.
Another short guy.
Is he that short, Volpe?
I think so. Who was the other guy the Yankees traded that Tiki killed for being short too?
Yeah,
the Yankees?
Caleb
Durbin?
Caleb Durbin is kind of short.
No, but it wasn't. I know you're talking about. I can't remember who it was.
I think it was when he was up, and you were like, plus, this guy's like 5'8". What's he going to
do? He throws away these short people.
It's because I think of baseball, you got to have, power. And especially, some of these guys, if you're playing center field, you better have some power.
I mean, Jose Altuve was fine. Dustin Pedroia was fine.
He was a second baseman.
I know.
And those are also called outliers.
And then he hated life in left field. Hated it. Mainly because he had to run all the way in if he was the leadoff hitter.
That's a great point he made. Let's go to Big Carl in Albuquerque. What's going on, Big Carl?
Hey, Carl.
Hey, fellas. Hey. Okay, so let me lay the groundwork. I've got a comment and a question with your opinion. So because of my size, I get asked all the time why I didn't play, major college football and NFL, right?
Okay, so explain your size to us. How big are you?
I'm 6'9", and my playing weight would have been 340.
Wow. Why didn't you
my
play?
Wife,
Why didn't you play football?
My wife is torturing me. I'm down to 290 right now.
All right. That's good for your health, man. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. So my answer to people is because my feet. I didn't have happy feet. I couldn't have played successful offensive line. So that brings up my comment to you. I'm somewhat of a sports and politics historian, and I'm interested. So if you ask Google, I asked Google a few minutes ago, right, what the greatest play in Super Bowl history was and what the greatest pass play was, what the greatest catch was, and it all comes up the helmet catch.
Yeah.
The helmet catch. Okay. Now, going back to the feet, I'm going to differ and say that it was the Manning to Manningham play. Number one, the Giants, the helmet catch I consider the greatest moment, not the greatest play.
Right. It was a little bit of luck. Eli escaped the sack.
But he's right. I just did the same thing with AI. I said, what is the greatest play in Super Bowl history? And I asked Grok, and Grok starts with, well, it's very subjective, but based on research of what everyone else says, it's the David Tyree helmet catch.
Yeah.
It is a universally agreed upon thing.
But that was a broken play. Eli escaped the sack, which he rarely did.
That's why it's iconic. Did you just hit on it?
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's a big part
and
of
he
it.
throws up a ill-advised prayer in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And David Tyree makes an unbelievable catch on his helmet. But from a play, like a design play, I mean, you could argue the Manningham play because of how it transpired.
Right, but I think that when people think like greatest play ever, you know, the Malcolm Butler interception was a play call decision gone awry, and it was a great play and it was an interception. The San Antonio Holmes touchdown.
It was also intentional.
It was intentional.
Because they practiced it.
Oh, okay. There you go.
If you go back and you watch the history from the Patriots standpoint, they showed practice that they diagnosed that play.
And that proves it even more.
Predicted it.
That proves it even more. Like, the David Tyree play, along with the Eli escape, is so ridiculous on every level. The fact that Eli escaped, and man, forward progress, maybe.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't stopped.
Okay.
He was constant. He was moving.
But that's what makes it the greatest play.
Yeah.
Truly. And yeah, if you missed any of the show, download the Evan and Tiki podcast. You can rewind it on the Odyssey app, or you can check us out on YouTube. We're back tomorrow at 10 a.m. The Carton Show with Big Mac and Craig Carton. Next.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The NBA is promoting this week as Rivals Week. Last night, the Rivals Week showcase featured legendary matchups like Hornets versus Cavs and Thunder versus Bucks. I get it, the NBA needs something to promote, but you can't make up rivalries. Suggesting that teams are